know my name. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to 4th and John. We are still back at it like draft addicts. We are 1 day away. I know all the people that aren't into the draft, you're like, could y'all shut up? It's one more day. It's about to be over. All this draft study, a lot of the guys before 4th and John have been putting in the work. I'm glad to see that some of these prospects are finally getting their due justice. Some people are like higher than others months ago, but now you're seeing that these guys are getting all the love and support. Some of your guys that you thought were the best players are now like who's it? Wade at Ohio State was like a first round.
Sean Wade, yeah, people were in love with him, and then he got cooked.
I mean, that is what it is. Draft season starts, and it doesn't start like a couple months ago. It starts months and months ago. I saw shout out to Judd. He had made mention about J.C. Horn being like, is this the guy everyone's talking about now? Just now it's like everyone's just buying into this hype. I'm like, bro, people have been talking about this guy. Like, I don't know where you like. If you watch, everyone's been talking about Surtain being CB1 for months and months. And after watching the tape, going back, I mean, that's what you should be doing. You should be like, if you're waiting for the guy from ESPN or the radio to tell you about a prospect in detail, you're doing yourself a disservice. And that's what today's show is kind of about. We're trying to build our own draft board, guys that we're high on. We went through it yesterday. This little discombobulated, but that's how a draft room should look like. We are arguing about some players, mostly in the second round. I think we're pretty much agreeing on the first round guys. Are we?
Yes, sir.
Pretty much. I mean, thoughts from
Quiddy Pay, right?
Yeah. Whoa. I mean, thoughts from yesterday. I mean, any thoughts before we get started?
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I thought
I'm all in on J.C. Horn.
Yes, we're all in on J.C. Horn. We talked about the top 4 guys in the draft that we thought would be really ideal: the Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, J.C. Horn, or Patrick Surtain. Any 4 of those guys, I think we all were in agreement that we would be happy with. We would be talked into a Rashawn Slater. We wouldn't be upset with that. There was one guy in particular that we were not exactly looking to draft at 12, maybe move back. That would be acceptable in Quiddy Pay. But yeah, I think that we generally found a consensus yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're less than 24 hours until the draft. We already talked about how we were at 6, moved back to 12, and recouped a lot of value. I mean, we were begging to get another 4th-round pick after the Jernard Avery trade, and the whole thing is I have no problem with the Eagles moving back from 6 to 12, but you got to hit on the compensation, and we'll know not even next year, like just the pick, but we got to see how the guy pans out as well to see, let's say if Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase are there at 6, and they could have been had, and then we got to see how, like, was it the right move? But it's one of those things every draft year, the revisionist history. But right now we know that we have the 12th pick, and we have some ammo to move up if we need to. And we talked about guys like Surtain, J.C. Horn, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle at 12. I mean, all of them are awesome, and the best thing about them are they're going to be immediate starters on our team. And I mean, when you're a 4-win team, no one's spot's really secured, and that's why we're really excited about the draft in general. It's an opportunity to elevate the entire locker room, the team, and really rebuild the identity with a new rookie head coach.
Yeah. Jimmy.
Oh, did. Unfortunately, was not a part of the show yesterday, but I agree. I'm excited about this draft, and moving back to 6 to 12, we're going to see how it pans out, who we get here. We're going to see if we even stay at 12. So I'm really excited, though. We've been having these shows. So, Gail, you mentioned, hey, tune in sometimes. We're doing this for you guys, and I just want to say thank you for having me on, and thank the fans for tuning in, because this is awesome. And doing this stuff, we can talk forever, but we have no idea what's going to happen. Tomorrow, we finally get to find out what happens. So let's hang in there together and hope that Howie has learned something, listens to Andy, listens to Nick, the scouts, and we get this right.
We have AJ Torres in the building, aka JC Horn's agent, manager,
Damn right.
talent manager.
Damn right.
How you feeling after yesterday? We just kind of went through the process of yesterday, but how you feeling after you went to sleep and you slept on it, or you're still feeling good? Nervous
About the draft tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm feeling more confident today than I was yesterday. I know a lot of the reports coming out today are smoke, but it's hard not to do all the scenarios.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I mean, so going back to what we talked about yesterday, the guys that these are our 4 guys that we're targeting at number 12. We got the Bama boys. We have JC Horn, a guy that I've been talking about for a while now. We have the 2 wide receivers in the middle, Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith, 2 talented wide receivers, different styles, but all the world talented. And then we have a guy like Surtain, who's I am okay with. Like I can understand from my football IQ, technique, reliable, a guy plug and play. I mean, this is what we have at our 4 guys at number 12. Now, potential move up targets here. We have, I mean, for us, it would be Philadelphia's own Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase, a guy that we've been super high on. When we were at 6, we were super high on these guys, right? So right now, these are the 2 guys that we would move up. Now, if we're going to go back to that, move up as into the A spot, you guys feeling that? A spot?
8 or 9.
8 or 9 because of Denver now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Potentially 7 if Chase falls.
But the reality of them actually doing of those 2 falling are pretty much
minuscule.
But here's
10% chance.
If Sewell falls to 7, I think there's a high chance that Howie tries to go up and get him.
That would be interesting. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've been studying the draft a long time, right? This is one of the first times where I'm like, this whole draft could go any way.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? If San Francisco goes Mac Jones, there goes the QB slide. I mean, all the QBs are gonna start coming off. But if he doesn't go there, and say Shanahan throws a real wrench and drafts Kyle Pitts at 3, imagine that.
That would be wild, man.
You
That
know
would
what
be
I
wild. I mean, Jimmy G is pretty much, I feel like, been written off of San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
At this point.
Hey, we don't know who's going to be alive on Sunday. Okay, so don't.
Yeah.
That's what Kyle Shanahan says.
Oh, weird.
So now, if we're talking about potentially moving back, you know what? I actually have that. Talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna bring up that chart. Talk amongst yourself.
Yeah. So anyway, while Gail is finding that, what do you think is a realistic target as far as us trading up from 37? How high back into the first do you guys think we can get? I mean, I realize that there's a lot of different scenarios we could be thrown in there, different packages that could be put together. But like, how high do you think we can get? 25, 22?
Yeah. I think, we talked about this before. Imagine if we actually end up with 2 first-round picks this year, because we talk about next year being loaded, this, that. But what if Howie's feeling that pressure? And what if he actually knows that he needs to get something done, and he's like, wait, there's a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah that falls somewhere in the 20s, and you're like, all right, I'm going to give something up this year and maybe a little something next year. I'm making that move. Now I end up with, maybe we get JC Horn at 12, and then you get JOK. I mean, your defense looks 10 times better. You had Devontae Smith, then you just got a stud on offense and a stud on defense. So either way, that's a possibility I love to think of, because it's like, look, as much as people say, how we can get away with anything, Jeffrey knows the fans are pissed, and he knows how he's been messing up. So he's got to do right this year. I know he's kicking the can down the road, but dude, you got to make it happen. I'm just excited. So I love that idea, Evan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned you just mentioned JOK. I mean, Evan is feeling a certain type of way. He would get naked if it was possible for JOK.
Who's to say I'm not naked on the bottom half right now?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That's
Took
Zoom,
my pants off talking about it.
Zoom squad. So move back targets, right? We'll start off with Evan's dude. Look at this dude. Notre Dame hybrid linebacker Jeremiah Usta-Karorma. AJ is also his agent as well. Northwestern offensive lineman Rashawn Slater. I say offensive line because he could play guard, right tackle, left tackle. Some people are talking about him as a center. Just that kind of versatility that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not super high on Kwity Paye. Is he a developmental prospect at this moment? I don't want to develop anyone. I want you to start right away and take it from there. Is he a day one starter? I don't know. Like if I'm drafting you 12, you're a day one starter to me.
100%. You got to come in and make an impact right away.
Yep.
So I mean, do we feel a certain way about Kwity Paye in the 20s? Like if say they happen to move back in the late 20s, like I do not want them to, but would you feel okay there drafting Kwity Paye?
I mean, that's a more acceptable range for him. The only thing that is a real thorn in my ass about that is, are you saying move back? We're moving from 6 to 12 back into the 20s? Like that to me seems like a nightmare scenario. You have to get one of these top guys in the draft, and to just keep on moving back and acquiring picks. I understand the value in acquiring more picks, but the value of those top picks is way, way higher. And if you can get a superstar-esque player, that's who you have to go after, not a guy that you think A, could be a project, and B, the value is just not there for me.
Anyone else on those guys?
Well, Chris was talking about before the show. We were saying that the edge rushers next year's draft, dude, they are loaded, and we've talked about how loaded the draft is going to be regardless next year. So it's like, yeah, a lot of talent. I don't know if I know the Eagles always put an emphasis on edge, so you have to watch out for it. But I don't know if Kwity Paye's that guy. The other two, I'd understand. Rashawn Slater is pretty damn talented. I could see him replacing somebody, but man, I don't think Kwity Paye's the right move, man. But JOK, yeah, all in on that.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we don't take Paye at 12. I mean, you hear the rumors about Jeffrey Lurie going with his heart more than his head, or just his scouting department, and interfering, saying I love this guy's story, let's go get him. And Kwity Paye has one of the best stories, but that doesn't make him the best prospect. And that's why it's one of those things where AJ and I both agree in our separate mock drafts that you hope that a guy like Boogie Basham from Wake Forest kind of slides into close to the second round or in striking distance. Do I think that edge rusher needs to exactly be a priority for the second pick? No, but there's a reason why there's smoke that the Eagles are considering even taking one high in the first round. So why wouldn't they take one in the second round? But in general, though, JOK would be an awesome trade back into the first candidate. I think that he, just like we talked about the guys before, Horn, Smith, Waddle, and Surtain, he'd be an immediate starter. And you look at the look at the competition. You have the Travis Kelce that's going to be playing against the Eagles this year, potentially Kyle Pitts in Atlanta when we play them. Who on our team can even attempt to cover them? Not cover them, just attempt to cover them, because these guys are alphas. Even Noah Fant, who on our team is going to cover that him, and he's not even elite yet. And that's why it begs the question, that's why you need a guy like the Isaiah Simmons and the JOKs that can play on the outside, play on the inside, and that's why we're really high on him as a possible trade back in candidate.
Well, I mean, I was going to say something and I just forgot. Totally brain dead.
Well, that doesn't add much to the conversation.
This talks about my brain is dead after draft season. I'm fully going into the last days where you're trying to put in the last work on the last couple rounds, and you're just bro, can I do this anymore?
I mean, you guys have all been grinding for months now, man. For months, just figuring out everything about these players. It's just so much to sift through. So, I mean, there's still guys in the back end I'm excited to learn more about tonight.
Well, now that we're almost out of the first round, I had potential move up targets from 37, which is, to me, I really have my eye on one guy, but I threw one in there for the Eagles, maybe the way they think. Rashad Bateman, if he does slide to the back end of the first, if they're high on him, I like his style. I'm not wide receiver 2 like Sam had said the other day. I'm putting him in the bathroom for that, even though he's not here.
You mean not to be outdone by Kadarius Toney as wide receiver 1 in this draft, right?
Did he say that? No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Young
It was
Joker.
Kadarius Toney. It was Rashad Bateman. Then
No,
it
it
was
was
Jamar Chase,
not.
right hand of God.
No, it was.
He loves Smith. He loves Smith.
Devontae Smith was one.
Oh, well,
But
spiked me.
My train of thought was gone. The second player on this list is Alabama DT Christian Barmore, a guy who, if you're trying to muscle up in the middle and get a younger guy who is a cheaper option than the 2 guys they have up front already, you have to think about getting younger at the position. And if you wanted to add him, I could probably wait, but you never know. You break one of those guys break down. You want a serviceable guy behind him. I know we have what's his name from that we recently signed in the offseason. DT, brain is dead. Draft season.
T.Y. McGill.
Nope.
Hargrave,
T.Y. McGill.
Nope.
Higgins.
Nope. From the Colts.
know.
We brought him on from the Colts a couple years ago.
T.Y. McGill.
Yeah, I think you're talking about
Hassan Ridgeway.
Hassan Ridgeway. That's what I'm talking about. I was just testing your brain.
My mistake.
My brain is fried.
Rod's got it.
Shout out to Yo Rod 215. So again, like,
Sorry.
does Barmore do anything for y'all?
Nah, Levy's better.
I like
Yeah.
him, but I wouldn't.
Levy's, but I'd rather take Tyler Shelvin later. Like,
Okay.
absolutely, from LSU. I'd just take him later with one
think
of our thirds.
Okay.
I think with all the other options that are going to be on the board, that's just not the direction I would go.
No.
I think
To
corner,
me-
linebacker, wide receiver, and maybe if like a Javonte Williams running back, are possible there in that 2 range. Like those are the guys. Trust me, there's a lot of defensive line guys on inside and out that I like, but I don't know. The Eagles could do it, dude. Totally. So you're right, Gail. I mean,
Believe me, it's not I did that for somehow we stand out there.
We know
This DT class is just so.
It's not the sexy. It's not
so bad that like there's a bunch of depth guys. So like reaching on a Barmore just because the DT class is trash is not a good move.
Mhm.
Nope.
I was gonna try and pronounce his name from USC.
Marlon.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking from USC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go day 3 potential guy who could compete, he's got some. I was pretty impressed with his tape.
You can't go wrong with a Samoan DT.
Yeah, no man, and he's got the bloodline. So going towards our 37 targets, where we were kind of like we really didn't sum up our 37 targets from yesterday. We put some names up there. Starting with, I know Asante Samuel is not high on AJ's list, but we do have 2 lists here. So hold your horses, AJ. Asante Samuel from FSU. We have the wide receiver Terrace Marshall Jr. from LSU. Big body speed target, and Jalen Phillips with the hairstyle. Not really feeling that hairstyle, but he has been concussed in the past, so that could explain.
That's not his hairstyle anymore.
Boogie Basham, one of the best names in the draft. I think Boogie Basham, that's a really good nickname. Wake Forest, a guy who's going to win with some technique, not all twitched up. Like, we like him on the edge, but again, he's got some tools in the shed. Other targets at number 37, since we have Young Joker from University of Florida. If you guys don't know the rapper, Kadarius Toney is a rapper as well. We have the Thunder that could be the Thunder to the Lightning of Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. I know he might not be the guy at 37, but if you're, he's in the discussion. Caleb Farley, the Sidney Jones Award winner in the second round. He's a potential guy. If you feel that high on him, we'll see. We have Elijah Moore, who's brings you more from the slot. He's got a ton of speed, a ton of versatility to his game. He's a move player, definitely, but he's excites for some. Some say he might go back into the first. Now we're talking AJ Torres' game. Fatu Melifonwu from Syracuse, the big body corner. And then my guy, Richie Grant from UCF. Some guys aren't as high on him as I am, but I know he's Dane Brugler's number one guy. I have him, maybe he's number two in my heart from safeties, but there's a couple safeties, man. I mean, how are we feeling about those guys?
I like a lot of them. I mean, I've been standing for Elijah Moore for quite a while now. I really like him in the slot. I like his speed and everything he brings to the table. I love Richie Grant, man. You've been talking me into Richie Grant for a few weeks now.
That's Senior Bowl, man. I started digging hard, and I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. You're just talking about well-rounded player. He's a guy that showed right place, right time.
Yeah, and if we ended up going wide receiver in the first round, I love Iffy as well. It's a grab in the second round. I think it would be a solid 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah, Elijah Moore is awesome. He actually averaged more yards per game than Devonta Smith, and you just saw what he did in Ole Miss, and how many people here or in the chat can even name Ole Miss's quarterback. I mean, we can because we're kind of crazy, but look. Mac Jones is a potential top 5 pick, and then Ole Miss's quarterback you can't really talk about too much. Elijah Moore is a baller. He's a guy that just gets open, and he's a quarterback's best friend, and he's a really good yak guy as well.
Yeah, a report just came out that not too long ago, maybe 15, 20 minutes, saying that most GMs have Elijah as their wide receiver 4.
Oh, he's good. I know Evan's been talking him up all damn off season.
Do you think it's me?
Awesome.
Do you think I'm the reason that he rose so high?
I do. I think they've been listening into 4th and John, like Chris was telling us. The guys were looking. They're like, you know what? I'm turning off the BS. We're going to learn something today. And I had you bring him up the other day on the show because he's really talented. He's moving up the board. What I saw there, I love the Boogie Basham pick. I know we've been talking about him. He's a stud. I don't know if I want edge rusher though. Like I said. And I saw you put Javonte Williams up there. I know, Gail, you are a huge fan as well. I know we all love that dude. He is a beast. And him and Miles Sanders together, that really gets me excited. You guys know that every damn week last year, run the ball. It's all I kept saying. And then it was like, oh, I guess we're just not going to run the ball. And look, we asked for Miles Sanders to get 20-plus carries a game, but do we really want that? Can he handle that? The guy hasn't stayed healthy yet in the 2 years he's played. So if you add someone like him, then he doesn't have to get worn out, and you have a pretty mean 1-2 punch. I'd be excited about that. I like a lot of those guys you put up there.
I'm not against taking DN at 37 at all, because if one of these guys like Basham or Phillips falls to 37, you have a potential DN1 this year, and then you can take one of the superstars next year with one of your first round picks. Move up. You can move up to get Kayvon, you know what I mean, from Oregon. So you add a Basham or Phillips, and then potentially next year go get Kayvon. That's just nasty.
Think about what our line would look like then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't mind taking a DN.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind it, but you got to take best player available. And if he's the best player available, then definitely. But there's so much talent I have ahead of him. And I think with the holes we have, defensive end, we definitely need to add an edge rusher. I like a lot of these guys throughout the draft that where I feel like, okay, you get a steal maybe in the 4th, 5th round. But I agree with you. Like if Basham's there, but I just feel if there is a playmaker and say you went defense in the first or vice versa, oh my God, I can't wait for it to be tomorrow. But defensive end, like I said, the premium next year, I just feel it's so high. But if he's the best player available, I'm not against it.
I seen a comment that I wanted to show some love to. Xavier, shout out to Xavier. No Jamar Johnson buzz. That's a guy. I mean, because this is pretty much what this part 2 of this building draft board is about. We're talking 3rd round now. Tonight we're going to be hitting on 3rd round guys, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round. We get that far. we're gonna have to be very diligent with our time here. I know we're on 25 minutes already, but Jamar Johnson, a guy. I mean, we could start the conversation right now. Can we do that? You guys ready for that?
Why not?
Jamar Johnson is a guy that, hey man, I've been mocking him in a lot of my mock drafts. I don't really share my mocks on after being threatened with death threats from mock drafts in previous life. I kind of keep it to myself and I pick out the guys. That's what I do. But Jamar Johnson is a guy. You're talking about our back end, right? We got a 1-year deal on Anthony. We got McLeod coming off a torn ACL. And we got young Kayvon Wallace leading the pack and a bunch of other Jags guys. So I feel like adding a safety, I just mentioned Richie Grant earlier, but Jamar Johnson, a guy who was a annoyance to Mr. Justin Fields. How you guys feel about Jamar Johnson?
I'm not going to lie to you. He's one of the high risers that I don't know much about.
Okay, I mean,
to be honest with you,
he's got some versatility as well. Plays safety and corner. You know, the Eagles love that versatility. You know, we've had a couple guys talk about Jamar Johnson. I've actually been watching him a lot lately, the last couple of days, just to hammer home the point. Like, could he be a guy that they really like from a football IQ standpoint? I think you watch the Indiana game versus Penn State and just see the stuff he was doing pre-snap, kind of like confusing Justin Fields and baiting him a lot. I like that. Any other guys that you start throwing your dudes out there?
Andre Cisco. That's my guy.
Okay. All right.
Hamza, Nazruddin. We talked about him like 2 weeks ago in here. Hell yeah.
Yep.
So
I just think that Andre Cisco gives them something in the safety that I don't think they've had ever in my lifetime. Just a straight ball hawk safety.
He tore his ACL recently. He's coming off of injury.
He's already back on the field training and everything. So
does that give you any pause?
Yes.
I mean, if we're talking third, fourth round, though.
How about third? You guys
talking 84
Javon
now.
Holland?
Huh?
Do you like a Javon Holland?
Another versatile guy.
84th pick, I'm taking that chance on him. 70, I can't go that high.
All right, so we're 70 vibes right now.
70 vibes.
So
like
hold that thought on Cisco. Then if we're gonna, I have Cisco like 4th round. But I don't know. This is what we're doing here. We're trying to agree and disagree here of where we feel some of these prospects are.
I think there's about 2 or 3 really, really solid safeties, and then after that, it drops. In my opinion, that's just how I seen this safety class.
Xavier's out here throwing punches, man, and I like it. He's got Hufanga from UFC. I mean,
USC.
USC. I was watching that fight where the dude broke his leg.
Yeah, that was nasty, man.
I shouldn't have watched that.
Right.
I should.
I mean, that Ardarius Washington. That's a little guy, 5'8", like 180, right? But he's a playmaker, and if he falls, maybe he'd be an intriguing pick. Maybe he could turn into a nickel corner for us. I'm intrigued to see if Avante can fill that role, but he would be an intriguing safety if we're talking safeties. But I like what someone said about Hamza. I'd see if you could maybe wait and get him.
I like Divine Diablo as well. I mean, the name itself is enough to sell me right there. Divine Diablo.
That's like a video game name. Yo, man, you play Divine Diablo.
That's a Mortal Kombat name.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, we didn't talk about Moerig yesterday. Do we feel like he's a first round talent that we're probably not going to get, or you feel he falls to the second?
I feel like he could be there at 37.
He teeters. Yeah, he could definitely. I'd be intrigued, dude. If we could have 37, I would be in.
But
his stock's all over the place.
Are you in on him? Are you in on him? Are you in on him at 37 though, over guys like Terrace Marshall or
no?
No, I wouldn't.
Not
take
over Terrace. Not over Terrace. If Terrace falls there now.
Unless we get Devontae, and then we don't need one,
Yeah.
So that really depends
on that first pick.
I'm taking an Efi over him.
All right. Afatu, Melanfanwu.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we don't have a CB2 right now, so like that takes precedent by a lot. And as like murky as the waters are at safety, like you have Anthony Harris, and you have to see what Kayvon is, and then McLeod. I don't think anyone's released the timeline for his injuries yet, but I think that like a guy like Andre Cisco, Divine Diablo, who's 6'3", Hampton to Sheldon, who's like almost 6'4", like those are the guys that like you can find in the back end of the third, early in the fourth, and their value picks there. Like there's a lot of upside there, but the problem is you need to have a specific system, kind of like what we're going to be having with Jonathan Gannon, where you're going to be utilizing these guys like to not be anything more than what they are. Like, okay, this guy's not a really good box safety, so we're not going to put him in the box. And I think that's like the one thing that was like a huge problem. Like I was cracking up when Chris Long was talking about Jim Schwartz. He's like, listen, like Jim and I, he's like, we don't always get along, like, but we made it work. Like, I did my thing, he did his thing. He goes, but the one time when I looked at that guy and like I completely questioned like his like legitimacy was when I was going against Indianapolis and Andrew Luck, and I had 3 fingers down on the ground, and then he made me drop 20 yards into coverage and spy Andrew Luck, and then Andrew Luck ran by me for like 23 yards. He's like, what am I doing out in an island, like covering Andrew Luck in like a read option? And like, that's one of the things, like, don't ask guys to do something that they're not capable of. Like, don't ask Nathan Gary to cover Chase Claypool and then continue to ask him to cover Chase Claypool after a touchdown, let alone 2 touchdowns, let alone 3 touchdowns. That's why it's like, we got to get away from that. And it just shows you that like coaching scheme, like that makes all the difference in just making these guys look better. Because it was just like an absolute mess on both sides of the ball the way we were utilizing these players.
As you see in a Mike Zimmer / I nailed Jonathan Gannon base defense, the safeties that he is gonna want are guys who can play deep range because he has his guys on islands on the sides. So you want those deep range safeties back there. So that kind of eliminates your box only safeties in this draft. So a guy like Cisco, Morig, Holland, who can play kind of all over the place, they're guys that make sense for the team.
Yeah. So I mean, let's start putting some guys on the board here. Can we put Quinn Miners at 70?
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I would be fine with that for sure.
Okay.
So how are we feeling about? Do you guys think Jabril Cox makes it out of the second and gets to 70? That's the one guy I don't know where to put right now because when we were doing the Senior Bowl, all the hype was like he's like the number 1 coverage guy with JOK linebacker. But then people started watching the tape more because he looked really good at the Senior Bowl, and like he is kind of like an iffy tackler at times, and that was like one of the things where like he kind of struggled in cleanup duty. I mean, Gail and I did like a 25-minute video on him because like Jabril Cox was like a really hot name during the Senior Bowl, and I still think he's a hot name now because you need a coverage linebacker like him against tight ends. But I think he might make it to 70, but it might be close.
Well, if so, say I mean again, my grade on him was in the 3rd round, right? So I felt comfortable at 70, not anywhere close to 37. So if he goes before that, that's fine. What it is, but we'll put him on our board at 70 if everyone's cool with that.
Yes, sir.
So,
for sure.
And then I know AJ likes some Chaz Surratt. I think he'll actually be there at 70.
Well.
He'll be there at 70.
100% will be there at 70, and he's a nice linebacker.
Mm-hmm. And it's scary. It's scary that he really only has 2 years of linebacker experience and how well he's played.
Yeah,
just giving him more time with a better, with an NFL coaching scheme. It's just the sky's the limit for a guy like Chase.
I mean, I love a guy that like has a quarterback background like that as well, and then flips over to the defensive side of the ball. He just gives a completely different mindset for the position.
That's why Farley's so interesting.
Wiggins. Yeah, you guys feel
Winless
later.
for Wiggins.
Later. I'm later on Wiggins.
A little later, yeah.
Yeah, good.
What other names you guys got? Diami Brown, wide receiver, North Carolina.
What about Aaron Robinson?
From what I'm hearing is that Brown might sneak into that back end of the first round.
He's a really hot name right now.
He's a really, really hot name. The Packers love him.
Yeah, the one guy you might get at 70 is who I mock there, and that's Nico Collins.
Nico.
And I think he's an absolute steal at 70. I think that he could be one of the better, not like the best wide receiver, but if you put him in the right situation with like a quarterback just understands that this dude is like a giant, but he's also running a 4.4, and you just get targets his way. Like look at how hyper targeted Allen Robinson is with terrible quarterback play, but he just gets it done. I feel like that's kind of what Nico Collins is going to be, a guy that falls out of the first round, had iffy quarterback play, and he's just like a big body guy. Nico Collins is like a steal at 70.
So put him on the board. Are we good with Nico in third?
Yeah, I'm going him at 70.
Diami Brown.
I don't think he falls anywhere close to 70.
What about a Tylen Wallace? Like, where do you think?
Now he'll be there at 70.
Yeah, he might even be there at 84.
Yeah, he might be there at 84.
Yeah, I mean, I got him in between. He could go anywhere between the third and our other pick. I guess, I mean, some people have Nico and Tylen Wallace ranked around the same area.
I like Nico
Nico
Collins a lot.
Yeah,
I was bringing up a name. Yeah.
How about Paulson Adebo from Stanford?
Oh, yeah.
Stanford.
I like him. Yeah.
Last time I was on the show, I talked about him.
He's a ball hawk guy.
He's a sleeper, man. People are sleeping on him.
I'm not as high on him as others, but he's definitely a guy who would fit Gannon's scheme. He's not.
Oh yeah, he's a steal for what they're talking about him at.
He's not that great of a tackler, but ball skills wise, he's one of the best in the class. His hands and his ability to pass deflect is ridiculous.
I have another guy I want to add to the mix. Amari Rogers from wide receiver from Clemson.
Yep. Absolutely. He's a multiplier. He just like Demetric Felton, who I really like. Amari Rogers they both were amazing at the Senior Bowl. And those are guys that, because you look around here, like you look at Trey Sermon, Ramondre Stevenson, Kenneth Gainwell, and it's like, can you afford to get another running back at 37 or even 70 or 84 when you could just take an Amari Rogers, take a Demetric Felton who could play in the backfield and play in the slot? And that's why you're looking for multipliers for this offense, because look how great Naheem Hines, how valuable he's been to the Colts offense. And it's weird because Miles Sanders went from being a great pass catching back his rookie year to being like almost inept to it in his second year. And Demetric Felton I think he would start over Greg Ward immediately. I think Amari Rogers would start over him immediately. And he would be a guy that all the stuff we weren't using Reagor for, you can immediately use those guys for. And then Reagor could just focus on being in the slot and at Z.
Shout out to Brad joining the conversation. A little late, Brad. He says, would you guys be okay trading Ertz with some picks to trade up and get Pitts?
I don't care how we get Pitts. If we found a way to get Pitts, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Panthers trade that people talk about, like 12 Ertz and maybe like a 6 for 8 and Pitts, and Pitts slides that far somehow.
All right, getting back to 70. A guy who I was just about to say his name, but I see Soka in the chat. Dwayne Eskridge. Are we feeling Dwayne Eskridge in the third round?
I'm not. I like
maybe
him at 123.
Yeah, I would say later. I like Dwayne Eskridge, but it's kind of tough. I mean, us three, we were watching him at the Senior Bowl, and he was tearing up. But what makes you grab him at 70 when you could just wait and maybe get Jalen Darden, or you could get Demetric Felton later for value? I mean, I like Eskridge, but he is raw, and so are these other guys. That's why they're falling out of the first round.
And he's also 24, 25 years old.
All right. Yeah. With the 84th pick, can we pencil him in there?
Yeah.
Eskridge.
I could be talked to him at 84.
Sure. I couldn't, but I mean, if the majority goes
fourth round.
Did we take Nico Collins already? Because we did that. Then
I put him down.
Nico 70. Yeah.
Then I don't want Eskridge at 84, but I like him a lot.
AJ, where do you have Benjamin St. Juste?
I have him around 84.
Okay, yeah, that's the next name I was going to bring up. Yeah. I literally I have him, Trey Smith and Tyler Sheldon are like the next three guys. I was kind of like split like between like 84 and like the fourth round.
I
range.
actually like Hunter Long at 84 as well.
Really
But
good.
he might not
Intriguing.
even make it there. He might not even make it there.
I like Hunter Long a lot. I mean, that's a guy you and I talked about a lot this offseason.
He was the Senior Bowl I liked him, but the Senior Bowl just completely opened my eyes to how good of a tight end prospect he could be.
That wouldn't be a sexy pick, but that would be a needed pick, and that would be a pick. That would be a pick that no one would really be thinking about if that happened.
I think a Noah Gray would be another nice one. He's a guy I could see used as like an H-back, moved all around the way Sirianni did with Trey Burton. So, I mean,
But
there's
later,
some
though, right?
intriguing late picks. Oh, yeah, for sure.
The
He's
only
gotta be
reason
way
why
later.
I think that Hunter Long could end up being a 70 to 84 guy is because obviously Sirianni loves the tight ends, and Hunter Long has been classified with a Jack Doyle, who Sirianni absolutely loves. And I'm not saying like the whole comparison is a more athletic Jack Doyle. If that's the case, Sirianni, I don't even think thinks twice at 70 or 84.
Okay.
Because you need if you're trading Ertz, you need a tight end too.
I don't know if it were his choice, but I mean, if Freiermuth's there, Brevin Jordan, that's going to make it very intriguing. I like Hunter Long, but all those guys are
on Jordan.
I would take Freiermuth over Hunter Long, though, and I would take him over Jordan, too.
I mean, I do have a third to fourth round grade on Hunter Long, so.
Oh, he's good for sure. We talked about him like a couple months ago on here, didn't we, Gail? I think you brought him up. He's
47th on Mel Kiper's list.
Hey, just put him on the board, man. Like we got to get these names out of here.
We need tight ends, yeah. So
put him on the board.
I know we talk about Quinn Miners, but what other offensive linemen do you want to throw there? I mean, would you put Trey Smith or where do you guys?
How about
have,
Wyatt Davis?
Wyatt Davis, yeah, Wyatt Davis definitely. Why am I forgetting? Oh, Ben Cleveland. Do you think he'd be? This would be a hot spot for him
At 84 or 123. I don't know where we're at.
We're still at. Are we still at 70?
I don't know. We kind of floated around.
I thought we were at 84.
That's what I thought.
84.
Too.
Okay, 84.
84. I don't like Ben Cleveland there.
Okay. I'm trying to get some names out there because we have like Trey Smith, Ben Cleveland.
You
you think Dickerson falls there? I highly doubt it.
No shot.
Nah.
No shot.
There's a lot of actually really good offensive linemen, like Tevin Jenkins. I'm really excited to see where he goes because I think he's going to go a lot higher than most people think.
Oh, he might
That's
go
where
first
the
round.
value's at.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. And
What about,
I think it's going to be a surprising draft.
What about Jackson Carman?
Clemson?
Yeah.
Intriguing
A
one.
lot of people have him as a guard, though, not a tackle. Which
He's a big value
mind.
there.
That's why he would make sense for us. So that's
He's a big value there. I had Aaron Banks from Notre Dame going to the Eagles in my one mock draft. I think it might have been the fourth, but I could easily see him going into the third. I mean, if you watch that guy play, he's like super athletic for his size. And like any of the Notre Dame linemen, like I'm cool with
Robert
because,
Hainsey
like,
as well.
Yeah, like you got guys like Tommy Kramer, they're gonna slide just because, but like he could literally start first or just take over Kelsey next year.
I like Michael Carter at 84 too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're talking running back. Yeah. If we don't get Javonte Williams, I'm perfectly fine with his running mate.
Yeah, put him on the board. I could get down with that one.
So how about Peyton Turner? How do you guys like him? Because he's apparently got
Third round
grades from teams.
Like I've seen some second round, third round grades. I would put him on that 70 list.
I would too. I'm just going over my list. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, that's
I
what
I like a Kenneth Gainwell at 84 too.
Yeah,
that's an intriguing one.
I throw him on the board. I like that one too.
He's a multiplier because, like we said, he's a good receiving back, and he's just electric. Like he can do a lot of things that even the guys in the first round, like Etienne's a guy that can fly, but like Najee Harris, obviously, like he's pretty fast. Javonte Williams, he's pretty fast, but like
Gainwell
Gainwell flies.
Gainwell in the second, I mean, Gainwell at 70 or
I don't
84?
mind him at 70. I think
70
Gainwell,
or 84. No.
I think Gainwell is just like Antonio Gibson. I think they're almost identical players. I honestly think Gainwell's a little better.
Lock him in 70.
I'm good with that.
Trey Sermon.
I don't like him in the third.
No,
Maybe
not in
the
the
fourth
third.
round,
Not
round or later.
Ramondre either.
No,
I like
I'm not
Ramondre a
liking
lot, but not in the third round.
him. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, hey, how about we put
How about Kyle Trask?
yeah, fourth round?
If he's there at 123, I don't think I hesitate.
What's our
123. That's a different story.
What's the number pick in the fourth round?
123.
120, yeah.
I could put Trey Sermon at. I don't know if I want Trey Sermon.
I'm all right.
I'm good.
I like
I'm really just trying. I really am trying to like target the guys like I want.
Ramondre at 123 though.
I do like me some Ramondre.
I could be talking to you in the fourth round. Yeah. Yep.
Would you take a scary Terry somewhere at that range? Because I really like that kid, Tamorian Terry from FSU. He's big, he's raw, he's speed. He's just a speedster for now, but I think if you
I
work
would
on
take
that
him,
kid, he
like,
could be
later.
something.
I think
so. I think you could maybe
150.
sneak into the fifth, even the sixth, just the way he's talked about. That he's such an intriguing. I think he has the talent to be in the fourth, but I think he could fall too.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of like an upgraded Hightower because like he's bigger. He's not exactly as fast, but like they both have like a little bit of trouble tracking the ball and catching the ball, but like just like raw ability, like, and that's the thing that like that's why we talk about these guys not in the first and second round because like obviously like they're Division I athletes and they're doing something right to even be talked about for the draft, but they're raw or they're missing in areas because you hear people talk about John Hightower and the coach is like Avant and he's like, yeah, he's by far the best route runner on our team. And you saw John Hightower get open often, but like he was not able to finish the plays. But that's the thing though, like getting from being that raw late round prospect, getting to the next level. And like Terry's the guy that you would take a shot on. And like a guy I'm a big fan of is Austin Watkins. Gail and I talked to him and like, he's just like a really like freak athlete and he's raw, but at the same time, I think he has like the traits that you look for. And he was getting like, he was making people miserable at the Senior Bowl. And like, that was one thing that I really took away. Like a guy like him, like I would take over Tamari and Terry. I'd 100% take Austin Watkins over him.
In the fourth round?
Not the fourth round.
Yeah.
Do you think Darden falls in the fourth round?
I think he will.
Darden will, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be
If
my pick if he's at 1, 2,
if
3.
Devontae Smith has size issues, then there's definitely gonna be issues with Darden.
Would you
size.
take him at 123?
Would I?
All right, let's get back to the numbers here. Are we at one?
I think it's
Are we at
123.
I think we're at
123.
123.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
How about our Darius Washington at this point?
I don't know if he'll be there, but
Yeah, I mean he's probably off the board by now. But I mean, he's a smaller guy.
yeah, I'd take him.
How about Chuba?
I think it's still too early.
I think it's too early for Chuba.
Too early.
The fourth round?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
How about McQuamu? How about our guy Akwamu at 123?
Yeah, absolutely. He fits the mold, and I that's the kind of running mate you want to get if you get a. Well, I'm hoping we get a cornerback earlier. Like he's the developmental guy you can put behind Slay and let's say Horn. Like if you take both of them, like we've done that in a bunch of mock drafts. Like dude, if you have Horn and then you put a familiar face with him, and they both get mentored by Slay, and then they both like work together. Like, dude, those two guys would probably live together, and they talk all the time, and just like work on everything together. Like that is the type of thing you want to look for.
So
Big fish, little
Would you
boat,
take
yes.
McQuamu over Trill Williams?
It's a good one. I really like Trill.
I'd have to think on that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Trill's a dog, dude.
He is.
I had him on the mock. Dude, I think if he were an Eagle, he's one of those guys that you put with J.C. Horn. That's who I'm looking forward to our future, some Lido, Sheldon style.
I forgot about our guy Aaron Robinson. We never mentioned him in third round.
I
at
mentioned him
70.
earlier in this
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
I like him at 70.
But did we put him on the board? 70?
I like him
Yeah.
at 70.
Yeah,
I
would
like
take
him at 70.
He's the name everyone talks about. Like any wide receiver that we talk about, like
really
it's funny because
impressed,
they don't know his name. We're like, who's the best
The
corner you
UCF
went
boy.
against? And they're like, that dude with the dreads from UCF, like not Richie Grant, the other one. And I'm like, oh, well, Tate Gowan didn't play, so Aaron Robinson's like, yeah, like that dude is a problem. Like a lot of people like him.
How do you guys like Patrick Jones, the second out of Pittsburgh at 123?
I like Patrick.
I like him there. Yeah,
Love Patrick
I like
Jones.
him there. Yeah,
He reminds me of Josh Sweat a little bit.
yeah. I can see that. Yep.
Just got dropped in. Yep.
I'm trying to think where I took him.
How about Dylan Moses? You guys like him at 123?
Yeah.
That
I love him there.
That late, absolutely. And
Hell
like
yeah.
it sucks that like he's been dealing with all those injuries because like he's a guy that like people had in the top like 20.
He's a problem.
And then if last year he was still kind of dealing with the injuries and everyone's saying he's all good now, so absolute steal. Like he's a potential like first round linebacker if he can figure it out.
Let's see. How about I forgot to mention at 84 in the third, Kendrick Green, Illinois.
Could play guard and center. I like him a lot. Yeah.
Did you put Josh Myers on the board or no?
I don't think we brought his name.
I
on
don't think
that.
we even brought him up.
Nope.
I'd like Josh Myers more at 123 than 84.
So this is an interesting name. How do you guys feel about Josh Palmer?
I like the kid. I don't know where he's going to go though. There's been so much.
I've seen
up and down
his
talk about him.
name everywhere. Someone was telling me that we should take him at 37, and I said you're crazy because I've literally seen him going in the 5th round.
Right.
Say fourth round,
Fourth or
Josh
fifth.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Josh Palmer, 4th round.
He's solid. I mean, like I've seen a lot of really good reps for him in against like some of the better corners in the draft. It's just one of those. It's a consistency thing. I do like him though. Like over guys like we were talking about Terry. Like I think he's a lot more of a safe base guy.
I got another guy for you.
I do too. When you're done, Gail.
I have two. I have Anthony Schwartz from Auburn, and then I also have Cade Johnson, South Dakota State wide receiver.
At,
Maybe a little
at
later
123,
for
you're
Cade.
saying?
I don't like Cade at 123.
Later for
What about
Cade. I like
Sage
Cade a
Surratt?
lot.
You guys talked about the Surratt brother. Why not the
Yeah.
other one? I think he'd be maybe 4th, 5th for him. I don't know. He might.
I'm
drop.
not too big on Sage.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
way big.
I like his brother more than I like him.
Yeah.
But they're both talented.
Yeah.
How about Sean Wade at 123? How do you
He's
like him at
talented, but
123?
we've seen him get his ass
I-
kicked.
I-
I mean,
just-
I
I
don't
think
know,
so.
man.
So I think that Sean
that
Wade's
point,
the nickel
yeah.
guy. I think you can take a nickel in the 4th round and be fine. I think he'll strive in the nickel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got you could even potentially play him at safety, but I would feel more comfortable with him in the 5th round.
I like Sean
I just
Wade
don't. I don't
there.
think he lasts the 150. That's why I put him at 123.
Yeah, I like Sean Wade there because there's a lot of people who've been arguing on the timeline like crazy. They're like, go back to back with corners. And I'm like, I'm not going to hate it, but I don't think that that's a priority or something we really have the luxury to do. Because it's like, what are you going to do with the other corners? Are you just going to like just be like coming in for certain packages? It's like, why go back to back with corner when like you could get a line like a linebacker, a lineman on either side. You could get a wide receiver. You could get even like anything. Because like, don't get me wrong, like Asante Samuel and J.C. Horn back to back is like really intriguing. But that's the thing though. It's like, so is J.C. Horn just going to be like the nickel guy? And it's like does that outweigh the need to just get like a legitimate like upside wide receiver in the second? And that's why a guy like Sean Wade, who was almost a guaranteed first round pick just last year, if you get him in the 4th, you absolutely do that because he still has the traits. Like it was just like Devonta Smith was just torturing him in the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
What about a guy like a DJ Daniels? I mean, in the 4th round, would you pull the trigger on DJ Daniel?
Ooh.
5th.
Yeah, I don't like him that early.
Dude, the thing with DJ and like that's a guy that I've been talking about all off season because like I was really impressed with him, and that's why we really wanted to talk to him in the interview. But I just think it would be like you'd let your emotions get ahead of you if like you're really high on him and you took him in the 4th, because Matt Miller had him going in the 2nd, and then he got hurt in the summer, and then now people are saying he could be like a 6th, 7th round pick. People don't really know where he's going to go, but he's going to be a steal. I mean, not one cornerback in the entire in college covered Jamar Chase better than DJ Daniel. Like it was lights out that entire performance. And DJ Daniel was a really good corner when you watch the tape. It's just one of those names that kind of like falls away, and he has 0 character issues. And I would say 5th round would be a steal, absolute steal with him, and a guy you can develop behind Slay and like JC Horn.
Mr. T-ville over here he's been throwing out names all damn night. Shout out to him. we got to give him his kudos out here. He says Trey McKitty.
I like Trey McKitty a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to bring up Tommy Tremble at that position, but yeah, there's another good one.
I like Tremble. I like Tremble at 123, no doubt.
Yeah.
Chris says Marcus Stevenson, Houston.
Intriguing name.
Yep.
I think, talking about corners there, if you go, the only way you would do that, I agree with Chris. I mean, why the hell would you want to do that? But if you get an inside corner and then allow, Gannon to just move Avonte Maddox around and play that hybrid, defensive back, that free safety nickel corner, and, just use him in certain matchups. But yeah, this is going to be fun, dude. 11 picks.
How do you guys like Rodarius Williams?
I'd go later.
I like him.
Yeah.
I don't know about 123, but yeah, I like that kid.
What about did Benjamin St. Juice from Minnesota?
We set him at 84.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan Cooper, Ohio State.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we talked about
I
him.
Good
like
value
that.
there.
Yeah, there's good edge rushers throughout
Mhm.
this. I think he would be interesting one there.
Where do you guys have
What do you
Tyler
guys think about
Sheldon at?
I
around
don't
like
mind him.
5th-ish for me.
I don't mind him
4th-ish.
at 123.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's good though, man.
Who was that?
Tyler Sheldon from LSU. Tackle.
LSU kid, yeah.
He's a little underrated. He's good though. He's really good.
Have you seen much from that Jordan Smith, that edge out of University of Alabama Birmingham? He is like 6'6". Holy hell! I could see him maybe in like 5th, 6th round. That would be an edge rusher I'd be intrigued by.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple guys in the 5th and 6th that I would like edge rushing wise.
I could
Where
see
do you
how
guys-
he's taking it at 123 though. He's
Where do you guys have Malcolm Kuntz from Buffalo? That's a guy I mocked. I didn't know exactly where to put him because his stock's all over the place right now.
He's the one that I like, and him and Rashad Weaver are the two I like in the 5th round.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
in 5th or 6th.
We'll save that for that part.
Mhm.
Definitely. I'd say
Love sweep.
6th round.
I
That's
like
right.
that.
I'd be a guy like McKitty in the 6th. Probably.
How about Buffalo? Secretly having players, man. Like what's Jarrett Patterson? Someone I saw that in the chat. Have you guys watched any Jarrett Patterson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, some fucking excuse my language. He's a little bowling ball, man.
I like Jamar Jefferson too from Oregon State.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's another underrated back.
He has good size, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ev, are you keeping up?
Try my best, man.
'Cause at this point, I'm like, is Evan? This is a
I
lot of
like
names.
Tyree Gillespie too as a safety option
Ooh.
later too.
Yep.
We got our guys at 123.
This is the guy I'm
think
looking
so.
at too. If we're going 5th round, 6th round.
Yeah, 6th. I don't mind him in the 6th.
Evan's like, screw this, I'm done. I can see it in Ev's eyes.
So are we pushing to the 5th round now? We at 150.
Screw this, I'm done. Hey, what do we have? How many tackles we have? Any? Just throw out some guys that you want to target on day 3.
Tackles.
We didn't really mention that many tackles.
Alaric Jackson.
But Christensen, but I don't know if he'd be there.
I liked Adrian Ailey on day 3, but a lot of people are also talking he could go undrafted as well.
Like Chris said earlier, I love Robert Hainsey.
Yeah.
I like what Gail said. I don't know where Kendrick Green's going to fall. I could see him at 84, but if he would fall to 123, oh shit! Sorry, we're at 150 now. Yeah, but those are some intriguing ones. Christensen, Brady Christensen, somebody I really like. If you're going
Walker
I
Little
like him a
solid.
lot too. Christensen's got like a 3rd round grade for me.
That's what's so exciting. These offensive linemen, I don't know what NFL teams have on these guys, but when I was starting to look at them, I'm like, holy, why are these names not being brought up? And then you saw later, Rashawn Slater and everything, but it's like there's Elijah Vera Tucker and Jenkins. It's just, and I like Sewell, but everyone's so high on him. But I mean, he's got his issues too. He's got to get stronger and he's immature or whatever, but he's still going to be awesome. But there's just so much you don't know what the NFL teams are going to do. It's exciting.
I like 2 guys at 150 a lot. I like Tony Fields II, linebacker from West Virginia.
Yeah,
I think he could be like an all-pro special teams player. Like I think he's got that kind of makeup.
Also, Monty Rice. We didn't mention him.
Yeah, Monty Rice. Is
Georgia.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like Marco Wilson at 150.
Benny Blanco is throwing out Radone's.
He'll be a 2nd round pick.
Yeah,
Radone's 2nd round.
People are really high. He had a great pro day.
Mm-hmm.
What about your guy Drake Jackson here, Gail?
I love me some Drake Jackson, dude.
Throw me some Drake.
I like him in the 5th.
Shout out to Braxton, former 4th John writer. He actually works at PFF now. He's been covering Drake Jackson at Kentucky since his beginning of his career, and he was high on him. He gave me that name like 4 months ago, and he was like, "Hey man, you got to look at Drake Jackson." And then the Senior Bowl happened, and then all of a sudden, the love was high for Drake Jackson. Shout out to Tom Kelly in the chat. What's up?
I used to have Drake Jackson in a 3rd round grade, like before Senior Bowl. Like I was really, really high on Drake Jackson.
Shout out to John.
Greetings and salutations.
We could come back to DJ Daniels here at 150. I think maybe I'd feel comfortable with him here. That would be one I'd definitely be intrigued.
Shout out to Pete Nathan, the agent for Patrick Surtain Jr. Me and Pete have had this friendly battle going back and forth. He did mention that he's going to join us on the 4th and John live
draft show.
Tomorrow.
Very nice.
He's going to speak his piece. He's actually going to get on the table. We're not going to throw dollars, but he's going to get on the table, and he's going to tell us why it's PS2 over. Why it's Patrick Surtain over J.C. Horn, which is still absurd.
Yeah,
absurd. Even the Cowboy beat writers are on J.C. Horn over Surtain now. Imagine that.
I don't.
Tuning in.
I'll be so pissed. I'm
That's
okay
like the nightmare.
I'm okay if we don't get Horn, but if he goes to the Cowboys, I'm gonna be pissed.
Shout out
to
Michael
have
Leroy
no
Wright.
idea.
Michael Leroy Wright. He says, "I can't believe you guys are on again. By Sunday, you will be wiped out." This is very.
We were built for this, Michael.
We built this city on.
How do you guys like Charles Snowden?
It's an intriguing one. What did I see about him the
Good
other day?
upside.
Well,
Especially
we're in the 5th, 6th round.
that's what I mean.
So,
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure. If we're talking 5th, 6th, Warren Jackson, once again, I'm going to bring back up that defensive end. This is where I see him around in that area. He could be a steal. If we don't get an edge rusher in the beginning, I think this is the kind of place you want to look out for someone like him.
Who?
Warren Jackson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only bring up Snowden because Jimmy, you brought up, I forget the guy you brought up, is 6'6", the edge rusher.
This guy, Warren Jackson, yep.
Yeah, so Snowden.
Or George Smith, too, yep.
Yeah, Jordan Smith. So Snowden's 6'6", 240.
He's nice. I can't remember what I just saw about him the other day, and I was like, oh, intriguing me a little bit more.
Crazy wingspan.
Shout out to Brett. We actually mentioned Kendrick Green a little bit earlier. Brett, but again, Brett is on the right path, man. Yo, imagine being in a draft room, right? Prior to the Eagles drafting, you're like a scout that's put in the work, and you look at Howie, and you know that he doesn't respect any of your notes or any of the work that. I can't say he doesn't. Like this is all speculation, but just imagine like they go off the board, and we're putting our little BS list together because we're crazy like this. But imagine like the intense meetings that they're having, and here comes Larry. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go J-Jaw.
Just traveled for months all over for years, checking out high school games, college games. Doesn't matter, dude.
Well, that's why the Kwity Paye thing drove us crazy because like everyone pretty much has like a first round grade on him, but to even mention his name at 12 is insane. And it's like one of those things where it's like it's not insane because it's the Eagles, and you like Jeffrey Lurie was probably like in his underwear drinking his coffee watching ESPN, and he saw like the ESPN special like this guy escaped war and then he came to Michigan, but he has a really good story, so take him. And Jeffrey Lurie's like, you know what? Like you had me at store, you had me at war. Like, wait, but he didn't have any production. I mean, we like Kwity Paye. Like, I don't mean to like bash on the guy because he's a really good prospect, and it's just one of those things. Like, the dude's name is not associated to anyone around us, and then all of a sudden, if you Google Kwity Paye, it's Eagles love Kwity Paye. Eagles will take Kwity Paye at 12. It's like, no, like, don't do that. And if it went like Horn to Dallas and like the Eagles stayed at 12 and took Kwity Paye at 12, the stream's turning off.
Are you gonna go down to NovaCare? We're all gonna get together.
Yes.
Pitchforks and fire.
Round it up, boys. We're going down to NovaCare. Let's see. Shout out to TiVo. He says Mr. Riddick has been telling the USA this on TV. Yeah. He's been taking his shots. We've got the cryptic tweets, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier again throwing out names. Ian Book.
He could be 7th round, maybe undrafted.
240. Okay, say no more.
Yeah,
I'd take Jamie Newman over him.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
That's funny. Benny Blanco, the draft.
Benny and the Jets.
dude, I can see it now already. The Eagles are going to draft Kwity Paye, and they're going to have like a graphic, and it says payday. And it's going to be him going like this. And it's going to be
and then I'm just going to do that picture that says
pain.
That says pain in it.
Yep.
The Y in it. Yep. It's just.
I can
already see the headline on the Philadelphia Inquirer. Pain.
We're going to see pictures of Brandon Graham and his Michigan. Oh, here we are again. Will we wait 10 years to see it? Like,
Shout out to John in the chat. He says, I know you guys want a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds. I like Tamari and Terry.
Yep. We covered him.
Missed out, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Talked about scary Terry.
Terry.
So we're in the 5th round right now, correct, Gail? We can probably skid out to the 6th. I mean, we have a couple picks right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we're right now we're around 6th round.
Yeah, I think Ev opened his window and screamed real quick, but he'll be back. I mean, this is where like we were talking about guys like DJ Daniel, Cade Johnson,
Austin Watkins Jr. boy.
If Austin falls to the 6, you take him. Like it's too much upside right there. That's where I'm hoping a guy like Tamarian Terry falls because like it's so annoying because like we talked about this before. Like when we were taking like the Davion Taylors and the JJ Arcega-Whitesides like that high, it's like. No, like this, like the 5th and 6th is where you try to take guys like that with like the upside, and like I feel like Austin Watkins today is already better than JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and like if you can get him in the 6th round, easy.
Brendan, I agree with you at 189.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Rashad Weaver?
Yes, absolutely, still there.
I do.
I said I would have took him at 150.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, if he's there, that's a steal for sure.
Patrick Jones over Rashad Weaver. So I'm gonna have it the other way around.
Yes, I'm very high on Patrick Jones. AJ and I were saying like Josh Sweat potential, a guy that has a little bit of injuries, but has like he's like a big dude. He balled out the Senior Bowl. Like I'm a big fan of Patrick Jones.
There's a guy I know we're already in the 6th, but there's a guy that I forgot to mention in like that 3rd, 4th round area, Janarius Robinson from Florida State. I don't know if anyone mentioned him.
Someone brought him up in the chat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
There's some serious draft nerds up in this chat, I'm telling you.
Good. We know more than the team does.
I'm not going to be able to focus at work tomorrow.
So yeah,
No
That's why I took off.
I was normally
My first day. It's my first day on a new job site, so I can't do that.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
normally I take off, but normally I don't work from home. So
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm gonna be home. I'm
Right.
still gonna be doing. I hope no one from my job is watching. I'm gonna be doing this all day. Just want to let you guys know that if I miss a meeting tomorrow, that's because I'm talking about the draft.
AJ, I hope we have a good draft, or you're gonna get fired. You're just gonna freak out. Like, this dude's nuts.
Friday.
You see you in your car, just like freaking out, like listening to like WIP.
Monday, they're not going to want to work anywhere near me, so
No.
I can already tell it.
Hey man, good vibes. Go.
How about we and Forrest, another guy from Cincinnati who was on Talk to Prospect.
Yep.
It's good to see a lot of the Talk to Prospect guys that we've had, whether it's McQuamu, it's we had
Aaron Robinson.
Aaron Robinson, could be a day two. Just a ton of guys. Ernest Jones, I've been seeing get love. We could say the Ernest Jones around here too.
I saw somebody say Ernest Jones in that second and third round range.
Oh, really?
I saw somebody. Yes, I forget who. It's one of PFF guys. Maybe had him in the second or third round range.
Oh.
I might get fired. I might get fired before hell. Yeah.
That's funny.
Although I just got a raise and I got to,
Subtle flex.
I think I'm good right now. It's funny because like I'm thinking like, damn, what are we doing at 10 o'clock the night before the draft? I think, this is like the mental
Gymnastics that we're going through.
that we're
I
going
might
through.
go to a church. I might go to a synagogue. I might go to a mosque. I might go to a rave. Let's mix up the energies.
T-Ville just brought my guy up that
Elijah Mitchell?
that I won at
Elijah
189. I love him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're giving him love today, right now.
I talked about him earlier. Or was that
Yeah, we
I thought it was
earlier.
Elijah Moore.
I brought up Mitchell.
No, we talked about
Still, I
Mitchell.
love him.
He
A
had
lot of things
freak
that,
numbers.
Yeah.
I've forgotten to do over this idea.
Brennan, I like Ellerson Smith as well.
We will be putting out the invite to join the show tomorrow.
We'll see you guys in here all weekend.
But I actually didn't. I just that post reminded me I didn't post the pre-draft visits that I've been logging. I was going to bring up some of the guys that the Eagles have been, talking to on day 3. Elijah Mitchell is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta talk about our guy Chase Barrett. I mean, I feel like he's a steal in the 6th round. And he even pegged himself as a 6th round, like because he was like, he's like, you take me in the 6th round, I can play tackle, guard, center, and he just brings like a lot of great energy to the locker room. I mean, dude's actually going to be in like a feature film in a couple months too. He was a really awesome guy to talk to, and it was funny. He's like, yeah, like after I'm done in the NFL, like I'm going to be in the WWE. And I mean, not even that, like he's a good player. He started all 9 games at West Virginia this year at center and let up 0 sacks. I mean, he's a legit player, and he's just one of those names that kind of just falls through the cracks.
All right, some of the guys that on day 3 that we have been looking at, again, let's see, Darius Stills, another guy we didn't really talk about around this range. They had a virtual meeting with him. They had a virtual meet. They had a Senior Bowl meeting, and he's been in talk with Eagles. Patty Fisher, Asante. Well, if I'm going over the list, the cornerbacks that they have had virtual meetings with Tay Gowan, another guy we could look around.
I was just going to bring up
around this range from UCF. They had a virtual meeting with Trill Williams from Syracuse.
I like him.
And did I say Sante Samuel Jr.?
You started to when you first transitioned.
Yeah. Larnell Coleman from Massachusetts. He met with the Eagles. I got him as the 6th round. They did wide receivers. They did talk to Kadarius Toney, virtual and pro day meeting. Terrace Marshall had multiple meetings with the Eagles, is what he said. KJ Costello, quarterback from Mississippi State, but he's more like a priority free agent.
What's your guys' thoughts on Dax Milne? BYU. Not sure if you guys brought him up while I was away.
I'd take him in the 7th.
Yeah, he would be okay at the end.
Could be a good special team player.
Yeah. There's a couple other receivers I would hope for. Like right now, I don't know where Jonathan
T-Ville's
Adams is going to go, but I would really look into that kid.
Hey, T-Ville, we actually, Chris Wilde actually won those tickets today. I put it out on the
Ron Jackson. I like him.
Somebody I brought up a couple weeks ago. That's dude, that's a steal if we get him there. AJ, love it.
Hey Kelly, I actually saw your tweet today about Max Duffy, who was also in AJ's mock draft.
The punter, yeah. Hey, we need one. I mean,
last pick.
Damn right, dude. We need it. They with letting Cam Johnson go. You need a punter.
No hope in Aaron Sippos, the rugby guy. No, I'm with you. We need Basher. I like that one.
Yep.
I like this. I like Jamar Genius Charles from the App State, right? Home of Daniel Jeremiah, right?
Oh, DJ.
Interesting.
There's a guy that not a lot of people know who I kind of been on as a 7th round pick is Max. Sorry, 1 second. Max Richardson from Boston College as a 7th round like special teams guy.
Nice.
What about an Amir Smith-Marset around here? I think if
Oh
he's there, that would be...
yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, definitely 5th, 6th. I'd be in.
Yeah.
He had the arrests.
Little concern. Hey, maybe that's why he's dropping to this round, right?
But that's where I'm taking him. Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny that there's a guy in this draft class. His name is Harry Trotter. How about that? From Kansas State. Harry Trotter.
Stand next to Flex.
Any relation to Jeremiah? Because I'll take him.
I know Mr. Trotter has a son that's playing.
Yeah, he's doing well too. I actually follow him. Yeah,
he's a running back, Harry Trotter for Kansas State. Did we did we bring up Darden?
Yeah,
we did.
Yep.
Whew, man. Michael's are going to bring some positivity to the chat because I feel like we all need Red Bulls. What was one of the craziest, funniest, or odd prospects you have seen over this process? What do you guys think? One of the craziest, funny, or odd prospects you've seen over this process? I mean, the young Joker was pretty interesting. Like some people don't realize Kadarius Toney has a rap career waiting. Probably not. But we're gonna keep it positive here. He could be a rapper. Did you guys want to watch a Kadarius Toney rap video?
Absolutely not.
Not really.
Don't turn that on, please. Don't do it. I need the brain cells for this weekend.
I mean, this is for the people, guys. See, look. Yo, Pete's like, yo, I'm off the bed, bro. I gotta get ready for the draft tomorrow.
You heard you're about to play Young Joker. That's why.
He's like, I'm out, man. That's when I'm out. I call the line when they start playing rap videos.
Thinking about it, I mean, there's a lot of more than prospects because the prospects are kind of like most of them are robots during the process. Like they just try to put out like the PR. Their PR people do a good job. I feel like takes are the thing that were crazy. Like the one guy was saying that this is the worst running back class ever. That was probably the craziest, stupidest. Like more like I don't even know. Like that was the wildest thing I saw because. You could say maybe it's top heavy, but it's definitely not the worst running back class ever. Because like, who was it? Carlos Hyde was the number 1 running back in his class. Like, come on, come on.
It's the Bishop Sankey draft class.
It's been hard to talk about stuff when people bring him up, that's been one of the craziest parts of this draft. Like people are like, why? What do you mean? It's like, well, if you're changing your screen name to him, I'd probably look into what he's been doing to people.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike is a guy
I
that
think-
was going to be a top 5 pick before all the personal issues came out. Like last year, like everyone's like Micah Parsons, like he's it, and then he opted out, and then slowly stuff has just been coming out, and now people don't.
And
know
I
what's
hope
up
the
on
best for him, though. Don't get me wrong. Like I
Hey.
don't want to put anything bad on him. I just think for a rebuilding team, I'm not sure that's a pick for us.
I just think the craziest take throughout this whole process is Sam Morrison saying that J.C. Horn isn't a first-round talent cornerback.
That was terrible.
That's the most outrageous thing I heard all year.
And they've been putting out positive stats for him the entire offseason.
It just didn't make any type of sense.
All right, I'm going to Chris's point about the running backs. I'm looking at the draft class. This is 2014. The first running back that was taken off the board, that was Bishop Sankey, round 2, 54th pick. And then the next pick went 55 in the second round, Jeremy Hill. And then the slide of running backs started to come. Carlos Hyde, 49ers. And then Charles Sims from Tampa Bay in the third round. You're going to tell this is the worst. Then we had Trey Mason with the Rams, third round, 75.
Come on, man.
Let's see. The next running back taken was Terrence West, Cleveland Browns.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Jarrett
Najee
McKinnon.
Harris alone.
Dree Archer, remember him from Kent State?
Oh, Lord.
He went in the third round. Devonta Freeman, Atlanta Falcons. Okay.
One good one.
Yeah.
We're now in the fourth round. Andre Williams had like one catch in his whole career at Boston College. Kadeem Carey, Arizona, fourth round.
Remember him?
DeAnthony Thomas, remember that guy? Oregon,
Chiefs. Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs. James White, New England Patriots, still a PPR demon.
Yeah.
It gets better than Lorenzo Talaferro from Coastal Carolina. I'd have to say this is the worst, one of the worst running back classes.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, I gotta go, but I'll link up with you guys tomorrow and
Get some sleep, man.
Let's pray that Howie doesn't do his thing.
Take it easy,
All right.
Later,
All
AJ.
right. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Shout out to Mr. Complete Kicks over here. He's going to be joining the show tomorrow. Not only just talk Eagles football, this guy talks sneakers. Check out his clothing line over there. We were talking sneakers today, actually. How you guys feeling, man? I thought that was.
It was a lot. This was heavy content tonight.
I definitely think this is just like a brain exercise. You know what I mean? Like I'm just getting ready. I'm ready. So I mean, talking day 1 is easy. Talking day 2 is easy. Day 3, we are still
Easy.
Yo, we haven't even put out an invite for this thing.
They're ready.
Come on.
We have been promoting it on the podcast.
I was
For
gonna say
like
I've been
a
telling
month.
people like 5:30 the
month,
last few
yeah.
days. Sorry.
Well, yeah, we're probably gonna go on around. Is it 6 o'clock too early?
No.
Evan's like, yeah.
I mean, I'm off, man.
Like,
I'm good whenever.
He's ready to go at 1 tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
like 6:30, 6:30. I mean, whatever you decide on. I mean, everyone's gonna be being nervous wreck until then.
We need some pre-hype though. I do
But
like to get
Too much time, man. Too much time can be dangerous too.
I like to get some pre-hype. I like to get the feels from everybody, see how they're feeling about the draft. But you know, let's see. The draft goes 3 hours, 4 hours.
We'll see how long they drag it out.
Hey, the positive spin here is we draft early, right? So once we draft, it's pretty much some people are going to be out the door. I'm hoping for that trade up.
No.
I was gonna say, what if we trade back
up.
in? That's what
Trade
I'm
back
waiting
up.
for.
You know what I mean? If you trade back up in the first,
Not even that. I just think this is going to be a really fun draft. Like, that's why I am super worried about the Eagles pick. But in general, anything can happen. It's a weird draft. It's unprecedented because of COVID. There's so many opt-out guys. I mean, Jamar Chase didn't even play, and he's probably going to be the first wide receiver taken. And, like, there's just a ton of guys like that. Like, the stock of all these guys is going to be crazy. I mean, Sam might get his dreams. broken or crushed, and Kadarius might go in the first round, or he go in the second round. Like the Eagles could trade back up. The Patriots could trade all the way up to 4 if Fields or Lance is there, because Big Mac Jones goes third. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going to happen, and there's actually been rumors that Miami's going to move from, I think they have the 18th pick, the 6th and the 6th and the 18th. They might move back to like 9 and try to double dip with like 2 big things. So like, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, and there's a ton of teams with 2 first-round picks.
I have the time of the draft. When is the 2021 NFL draft? Round 1 starts at 8:00. Rounds 2 and 3 start Friday at 7 p.m. Rounds 4 and 7 Saturday 12 p.m. Eastern. Interesting. Any storylines you want to like talk about real quick? Anything that recently that happened that you're like, ah? I mean, do you feel like all this smokescreen stuff with Kwity Paye is real?
I think it's just that, a smokescreen.
Well, Tony Pauline when Tony Pauline says anything, I listen. Like that's one guy. That's one guy that he was right. He was also, he said Rager early too.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
I don't think
I'm
it's
sure they
extreme.
like him, but I just don't know if that's exactly. I think that those 4 guys mentioned, I like Tony Pauline, but I'm going to hold on to Merrill Reese's word a little bit more than Tony's. I think Merrill hit the nail on the head with the 4 guys we showed earlier. Hopefully it's one of, Horn, Surtain, or Waddle and Smith, and that would make me very excited. You guys were actually live, and then as soon as you were done, it was like 11 o'clock-ish. Merrill Reese dropped that nugget and was like, if they stay at 12, he said if the Eagles stay at 12, that they will either go with J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Jalen Waddle, or Devontae Smith.
I mean, how long have we been saying that?
Yeah, exactly. So if he agrees with us, I think we've all been talking about it for months, and everybody says, "Oh, they're just kids." Nope, this is what's happening, and I'm so freaking excited.
Those are the guys that I'm locked in on, and you can't mess it up. Like in terms of like, when I said like how you can't mess up the first, man. Like if you stay there, like I mean, you can go Jalen Waddle. You want electricity. You want this guy's overall game is silky smooth. You go Devonta Smith. You want a top dog corner who's aggressive in your face. You go J.C. Horn. Do you want football IQ, pedigree, reliable day one starter? Those are 4 starters right there.
Exactly.
And if you want to get cute, and these guys that we just mentioned are somehow off the board, Rashawn Slater, a guy who's gonna.
He's creeping me out. Take the picture off, please. There's something about him right now.
He gives me J-Jaw vibes, honestly.
Never
that smile.
Yeah, stop. I don't know. He's a good player, but there's something about that picture. We gotta change it up before tomorrow.
That's Chris is spicy.
Cornell Powell, we forgot to talk about him from Clemson. Huge steal in the draft. He's kind of freaky. He's real big size. He's really strong, and he's a guy that I'm kind of annoyed at myself for forgetting him. I mean, Amari Rogers and Cornell Powell, like those were like the Bash brothers for Trevor Lawrence for a little while, and like
I thought someone commented his name.
They might have. I don't think we didn't really talk about him. I love Cornell Powell. Him and Austin Watkins, huge steal late. But storylines though, we kind of touched on it. I want to get us out of here, but so Denver is like a huge trade up target right now at 9 because they just made their trade and they got Teddy B. Wooder, and now it looks like they're not going to take a quarterback at 9. Maybe they do because Locken.
You still got to draft a quarterback.
But I'm saying if they get the value though, like maybe they don't because they are pretty set at corner because they got Kyle Fuller and they got our boy Ronald Darby, who is not the best, but they paid him starter money. They paid both of them starter money. So I'd say if they don't take Parsons at 9, they probably move back. It's quarterback Parsons or move back. And then that's why people talk about the Eagles slowly moving up to 9 and then like, if something happens. The whole draft starts at 3 with San Fran, and then the real draft starts at 4 with the Falcons. Because Kyle Pitts yesterday said 4 quarterbacks are going to start the draft. But then a report came out this morning that the Atlanta Falcons are taking Kyle Pitts no matter what. So it's like,
Best part, nobody has any idea.
Kyle Pitts is like, he's like, I've heard that 4 quarterbacks are going. That's what he said.
Yep.
Hey, yo, before we get out of here, this is going to be a great exercise. Like we can do it quickly. We can do a mock draft, 7 rounds, speed through it. Evan's like, oh God, I gotta go.
What is the hate for? I'm sitting here filling out a spreadsheet right now.
Bro, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get some sleep. You're off tomorrow. You know,
Yeah. You're the one that's speaking for me.
I'm just gonna He's literally said none of these things.
I love it. I was like, yo, which mock drafts have you been usually doing? PFF?
I've been using
not
PFN.
PFF. PFF is so inaccurate.
I use PFN just because it's free
Yeah, the PFF
$99.
is insane.
All right, let's see if we can get this up and going. But hey, any nerds that are left here with us, right? You're in on this too. Okay. We're all in it together at this point.
Welcome if you got them.
Hey, my internet's taking a little minute to go up here. I don't know. It's because I'm running this. Does anyone want to bring up a mock draft?
Pull something up real quick.
Yeah, because mine's not.
Howie's hacking us.
Man, I'm running it. My computer's getting slow right now. How about I got a draft stand?
What's going on over there?
Just for tomorrow.
I thought Howie hacked your mic. He's gonna like choke you out with it.
Yeah, things started transforming.
Don't tell them actual people that we should draft.
I wish he would hack us.
This guy went to PFN. We said.
You said no PFF. This is PFN.
No, I've been going to PFN as well. I go to all of them.
This one's free, my guy. And the pop.
Whoa.
Too many pop-ups, dude, on this shit.
Whoa, we're not paying for those ads. Come on.
Trevor Lawrence off the board. Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Rashawn Slater, Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields at 9 pick, Panay Sewell, J.C. Horn goes
Chase finally just went in front of us.
Did Jamar Chase just go to New York?
Yeah. I was watching. I was like, wait.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but some people have talked about the they have talked about Jamar Chase sliding.
I know, it's one of those things
so far.
Can't let it happen.
We got Jalen Waddle and Surtain on the board. This is exactly what we talked about. The 2 of these guys that we've been talking about are going to be there. I like options. Jalen Waddle or Surtain. I'd lean Waddle personally.
Hey! The nerds have spoken. They said, "Get off this. The simulator's not good."
I don't use this. Every time I use it, I just refresh it.
All right, fine. Why don't we?
We're men of the people.
Abort mission.
Seeing Jamar Chase's name next to that giant symbol, it's terrible, man.
There's no way that would happen. There's no way Jamar Chase falls that far.
If so,
without someone else moving up, 0 shot. Someone would move up to 9 for Denver's pick.
But for the sake of what we were doing, the important part was he wasn't there at 12, right?
But he was there at 6, though, Ev, and that's something you got to note too.
T-Ville's in a better space. He said, "Thank you, Evan." Hey, sorry, Joker. We're gonna have to start over. I know Pete was in his bag. Surtain was on the board, and he was like about to get naked. But you see, your boy went off the board. John was also on for Surtain.
They certainly were.
See, Big Fist Little Boat says use PFN. We just were on there.
No.
Hey, right now the people are asking for Draft Network, so we're gonna go with Draft Networks.
No, the thing with PFN is you always like the drafts because it's unrealistic. Like it's never realistic. Like I was getting like At 6, I was
I've
getting
had some
like Jamar
unrealistic
Chase
ones on Draft Network too, though.
for sure. Like I've seen some weird things happen, but like I was seeing like Devonta Smith going like the second round when I did PFN one time, and I saw like Trey Lance went like 50th. Like I was like, okay, like we got to restart.
No, I'm always restarting.
The
So
Draft
did-
Network's not loading for me right now. I think
See, that's the
they're just letting
problem.
it go.
I think everybody's on there right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
So sorry, guys. We're gonna have to go to PFN.
All right, is that going to be okay with the group now?
Yeah, I'll
Make
let it
sure.
go. We'll let it slide.
Hey, we could be here till 11 now.
All right.
This
Let me,
isn't a podcast. This isn't a podcast, by the way, right, Ev?
No.
Not anymore.
All right. Now let me get back to what I was doing.
Could you imagine if there's like a draft cam and you saw like Howie Roseman on like PFN, like just like doing mock drafts right before the draft? He's like, all right, so there's this guy,
I
this
said in
guy,
my
and
mock
this
that he was
guy.
going to fall. Trevor Lawrence, Zach
what kind of budget do you have? I can donate. Hey, this is we're
Jamar
balling on our own budget over here. This is how we do, man. But you can
Fuck happened?
donate. If you can donate if you want to.
Oh, literally pick the Eagles, dude.
Here we go, guys. Here we go, gents. Let's go.
T-Law.
Panay Sewell goes to the Panthers. Chase to the Bengals. Pitts to the Dolphins.
Florida.
Justin Fields to Lions. Darrisaw to the Panthers. Rashawn Slater to Broncos.
Mac Jones
J.C.
to the
Horn.
Giants.
Not trading back to 22. Not
Why
trading
would
back to
why would
30.
Mac Jones go?
Daniel Jones and Mac.
See.
Anyone interested in moving back to 17?
If we're taking
No.
JOK,
Wait, is Mac Jones really going to the Giants? Can you restart it?
you'll have to do that every time.
One more
probably.
time. But come on, man. Mac Jones ain't going to the Giants.
I don't know, man.
I agree. He's not going to the Giants.
See, that's what I'm saying. Todd's like, we're like kids on Christmas Eve, staying up, hoping to see Santa. We are. I mean, if you don't,
Four
if you're not,
quarterbacks off the board first.
Justin Fields, Panay Sewell to the Bengals, Devonta Smith to the Lions, Rashawn Slater to the
Yeah,
Chargers.
see, now
Jalen
Jamar
Waddle-
Chase fell to us. It's
What?
JOK went 10, and Jamar Chase fell to us.
Where's Horn?
Damn,
They're
you
both
we
on
got
the board.
we
Oh,
got
my.
You know what? Oh Jesus.
to start over.
Yes,
No.
I mean, it's not going to happen, Christopher.
What if we trade up?
When we get the realistic one, because this this is draft life right here. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields,
Pitts and Chase off the
Martin,
board. Waddle off the board.
Mac Jones. All right, that I can dig it.
Here we go.
Yeah, buddy. Guess who's on the board? Yes, J.C. Horn. Turner's on the
We
board.
all in agreement? JC
Sorry,
Horn?
Pete.
Yes,
right?
sir.
There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
JC Horn's an Eagle.
Hey, Pete Nathan, you see that, my guy? See that?
Pause it
Yeah.
right now. So, do you guys see anyone that you would move up for before it gets there? It's going kind of fast. Where is
Bateman just went, huh?
Bateman just
Okay.
okay.
Bateman's gone.
Where's Marshall at?
We've got Horn. Yeah, Marshall must be gone too. There's Zaven Collins. Ooh, I wouldn't move up.
Did Marshall
is he
go? Or is he
gone?
just-
No, I think Marshall's down here.
He's ranked lower.
There he is.
Yep.
He's there. He's there.
Thank you, PFN. All right, resume the madness.
Maybe about 28, 29. I'd start thinking about maybe moving up for him.
Oh my God! Look, Quiddy Pay. He's still not drafted, and we're in the 20s.
Still not
Everyone-
drafted.
We gotta make sure we address the chat when we make this pick
There
here.
he goes.
All right. Well, what the fuck happened?
Full results, baby.
Did
We
I
got one round.
The trial. The trial.
yeah.
Man. Put another quarter in.
Oh my God.
Ooh, practice rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for
Hey,
one.
when I hit this, can you hear this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's why AJ was geeking out at one point in the video. And you,
Because I was like,
Did you click the Eagles, Ev?
I do.
He didn't
too.
put 7
Yeah.
rounds, bruh.
No, this time.
The chat is calling you a young buck now. You're
We're
getting
gonna see if I click the Eagles.
roasted in the chat. Premature draftulation over here.
He didn't pick the Eagles, but we took Horn.
He's good.
Oh,
Right there. Yep.
I'm having premature draftulation.
I like that premature draftulation.
Yeah, you like that, right?
is that what you call when you
All
take J Jaw 2 rounds before you should have?
Premature draft. Hey, we're gonna use that tomorrow.
I
Jalen
saw
Waddle
Brian.
at 4. Okay, unrealistic.
Brett
Jamar
thought that was funny. Same with Pete. Shout out to
All
you.
right. Now we got JC and Devontae on the board.
This I like this scenario.
Is
here.
this acceptable?
Hey, everyone in the chat, like
Is this
we have-
acceptable for everybody?
this is kind of a realistic situation. Jamar went 7.
Mac Jones did the Giants again for some reason.
Whatever. We'll just again.
Horn.
PS2
Horn
went
Smith.
10. Yes, Pete. Hey, we'll have you on the show, my guy. Are we going to go Horn here over Smith?
I'm leaning Smith.
Are you leaning Smith? I'm leaning Chris. You leaning Smith? Chat.
Oh,
Pete says Devonta Smith.
This is
Yep.
literally like the
Hey, Kelly.
best worst nightmare.
Kelly.
I'm on a different screen, so you're gonna have to tell me what the chat's saying.
Hey. They're saying Mac Jones to the Giants.
it's a lot.
No. Ignore that. Ignore that.
Mac
It's
Jones
fine.
to New York again.
The whole point is that he's gone. It's fine.
John says Horn.
Okay.
You know what?
Who's gonna be? Hey, who's gonna role play and be Howie?
Don't make anyone role play. Do that. Don't
Howie
subject
takes
yourself to
Devontae
anything
Smith.
like that.
Howie
I
takes
don't want any
Devontae.
fucking eye contact. All right, don't look at
All
me
right.
strange.
So Devontae's the pick.
Brian says Smith. I'm gonna if we're gonna be true to what we just said in this theory in this event, everyone's pretty much saying it's kind of tied up here. No,
I can't see. I'm just
Pete
going
says
off what you guys saying.
Pete says Smith. Howie just called and said Quiddy.
He's not even on the.
Michael Leroy Wright says Smith. Big Fish Little Boat says Horn. Brett says Smith. Todd says Horn. Chris says Horn. John says Horn. Brian says
Right.
Smith. So it's going to come down to the tiebreaker on the show here.
All right. I vote Smith. How? What say you?
Chris, look at this guy, deep in thoughts. He's meditating over here. Chris, are you awake?
I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going JC Horn. It was like one of those like things where it's like I could see them going either way. I'm gonna go JC Horn though. I think that you can still get another wide receiver for Sirianni system more than finding another cornerback like him.
All right, here's another one for Horn here.
Let's go Horn.
And
Go
then,
Horn?
hey, I didn't even get my vote in here.
Oh, I thought you said Horn.
No,
Okay.
Jimmy, what did you say?
Well, all I said was you said someone play Howie. I said if I was Howie, I probably would take Devontae. But if I'm me, I have to remember last year how much I clamored for an outside corner. And I think I have to remember how necessary that is for this team. I think Gannon would fall in love with JC Horn. Oh, my God. It would be so hard to pass on Devontae Smith, though. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go Horn, though.
I mean, I'm kind of torn because I do have Smith ranked pretty high. But if we're going to, I'm going to stick to my guns, and I said what I said. Everyone
Come
went
on.
Horn.
Look,
Everyone Horn.
Horn.
I know.
look at that.
That looks like jagged edge. Or the bottom.
That's the come on.
Jagged edge.
The cornerback room is not all
First
that.
of all,
There goes Bateman.
Okay.
Jamin Davis off the board.
Damn
Sammy
it.
Cosme. Greg Newsom.
See Zavin's in there, and he's
we
going to
went-
be going.
We went Horn, right?
We did
Yes.
go Horn. Does
Is Nick
anybody have
Bolton-
any interest in trading up for Terrace Marshall? Looks like Tony or Javonte Williams could be there at 37 at this point.
I think you
And
Did
just-
Elijah Moore go already?
I don't think so.
We're at the mercy of the board here.
I wouldn't trade up if Moore
Mercy of the
and
board.
Marshall.
Wow.
There he is. He's there.
There it is.
Get him.
Get a receiver.
Get him.
Yep.
I like
Dude, this is just gonna break my heart for
Tony was on the board. We laughed.
It's okay. He can go rap in Florida.
He's actually young Joker. We didn't
Young
even we didn't even ask the. Oh, TV was TMJ. Pete was TMJ, so we're good.
Boogie.
And Big Fish was also a Marshall one too.
There's Elijah Moore.
Shout out to Philly Grown. What? Philly growing what? Big Fish called it, puffing his chest, man. I like that. Hold on, who's on the board here?
Michael Carter.
Diami
Brown. Hamza.
Not yet.
Is Jabril Cox? What linebackers are still there?
If Bolton's there, I don't know if he
Dylan
would be.
Moses. Still kind of early.
Cam McGrone, Chester. Look at
So we've got so far we've got J.C. Horn and Terrace Marshall.
Beautiful.
Happy with that so far.
What's it look like at I'm trying to think.
Michael Carter would be.
What's the lineman situation look like? Offensive lineman.
Kelly's saying Carter. Michael's
Cleveland.
saying Michael Carter and
Spencer
Tyson
Brown.
Campbell. Hamza. Pete Nathan said it's Hamza. Kelly goes, you can get Waller from TCO in the 4th.
See, that's the dream. Diami Brown and Nico Collins are still here at 70.
For some reason, I'm
not double dipping. I just meant like in general. Like
I feel like Nico. Yeah, he's ranked. You might be able to get him at 84 on this draft.
Big Fish says scroll down a little bit more. Look at this guy.
For
Shout out to Big Fish.
on what wide receivers?
He's playing Howie right now. He said, "Scroll down, you incompetent young buck."
We don't want tier 1. Go to tier 3.
John saying corner. Safety would be good here too.
Corner.
Yeah, actually, go to edge. Go to edge. I agree with Pete. Who fell to edge?
Joe Tyron. I don't know, man.
I'm probably
What do
not
we
taking
take?
any
Corner
edge
and
guys
a wide receiver?
there.
Maybe linebacker?
The linebackers aren't that good.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Cox is gone. And
Damn, that's like such. Oh, that's so annoying that those two receivers are there.
Melon
After going Marshall.
Famu's off the board, John. Campbell is on the board, though. Brian says, what offensive lineman do we have on the board? Evan's like Vanna White over here. Hey, spin the letters.
Spencer Brown.
Spin the letters, Evan.
Ben Cleveland's still kind of.
Kendrick Green. If
gonna
Kendrick
say, is
Green
Green
is
in
there,
there?
if he's there in the next round, I'll pull the trigger on Kendrick Green in the next round.
I
Where
feel like
we,
we're having more in-depth conversations about who to actually pick than they do.
We should have been mocking. We should have been
I'm
mocking
Carter.
kind of
Mocking
liking
earlier.
Michael Carter at this pick. I got to be honest.
I'm fine with that.
Is everyone okay to chat with Michael Carter? Stephen K's on Michael. I mean, hey, we talk about bringing a dynamic player out of the backfield. Twitched up, but is he a really good blocker though? Does he move Boston Scott out of the equation? Could he be the next Brian Westbrook?
The blocking at the Senior Bowl was the main issue.
Yeah.
Hamza.
Javon Holland, Howie, like Oregon MFers. Stephen K says take Nico. Man, this draft room was a mess right now. Well, hey,
Scott
what
Harris.
Tyson Campbell? I would pull or Diami Brown, man. You talking about but with the wide receivers we got already. We just brought Terry Marshall Jr. in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna bring another wide receiver in here? Probably not.
I'm leading either Michael Carter or Hamza. That's where I'm at right now.
Hamza should be available the next round. I don't know if he will be in this thing, but
Mm.
I'd like Michael Carter too.
Isn't Tyson on the board? I'm okay with double dipping a corner, but how many corners are on the board?
Tyson Campbell.
We should have been mocking all night, because this is the more interesting. Not that we tried to waste your time, guys. Brian goes Hamza.
I love Hamza. I just don't think you have to take him in the third. And I said Nick Bolton, but I think he was long gone a while ago.
I think you can get. I feel like you can get some of these guys. I mean, you miss here on Tyson. I mean, Big Fish is saying go Campbell.
Tyson Campbell?
Yeah, I mean, again, do we really need? Michael says, anyone notice that Elijah Moore went 65 in this draft? Which is kind of crazy. They probably, hey, Michael, he actually found a picture of a bong on his head, so he slept.
Amon St. Brown went in the second.
Hey, we gotta make a call here.
Yeah.
Before
Tyson Campbell?
Before the Vikings come up and move in. Remember that Mike Tice moment when they
missed out? Yeah.
What quarterback did we draft?
How we go to Tyson Campbell?
Tyson Campbell. Locked in.
2 corners. In the first
double dip at corner, and we have a wideout.
That's cool.
Right? Third round?
Yep.
I don't really.
Michael Carter's still on the board somehow.
Would we?
Oh my gosh.
All right. We have to address the chat here. Shout out to Mark Bird. Yes, late night. We're on
Javon Holland.
2 hours, guys. Here. We got 1 corner on this team, so now we have 2 corners. We double dipped.
That's what we got so far.
Everyone's saying good pick. Shout out to
It's a really good value.
Mr. Salutations. Says it's a good pick. He's looking at linebacker here. I'll take the comment. Oh,
Dylan Moses.
Ooh. Is Amari Rogers here?
Nico Collins is there.
Is Rogers here?
Amari Rogers. Let's see.
Court.
I feel like he definitely is, right? No.
Oh, he's gone.
Wait. What receiver was that?
He's gone.
He's gone, my guy. He's gone. He's
Okay.
gone.
I've seen him all over the place in mocks. What linebackers are left?
Yeah, I would address that. Or maybe Michael Carter.
Amari Rogers went 60 in this.
Okay. Let's restart. Okay. What linebackers?
Dylan Moses.
Chaz Surratt. Ooh.
What about Javon Holland here? Pete says.
I wouldn't be
I like
against that.
Javon Holland.
Holland at this point would be a pretty big steal.
Yeah. Wouldn't be against it at all.
And Walker Little's still here on the board. Off at the tackle. 4th round. 3rd round.
Nico Collins still here.
John says Surratt in the building.
I think we can pretty much whittle it down to Surratt, Holland. Who's that name at the top?
Michael Carter.
Oh, I mean, here
That's what I'm saying.
Back
That's
in
what I'm
the
saying
third?
originally. Michael Carter.
I can't say no
That's
to
tough.
Michael Carter here. I really can't say no to Michael Carter here.
So we go Michael Carter.
Philly Grown says Carter or Harlan.
Eileen Carter. Anybody else?
I'd be fine with either
Can I
one.
talk you into Michael Carter back into the 3rd?
What other? Can you check what other running backs are there? Still, my bad. Ed.
Yep, no, you're good. Gamewell, Sermon, Ramondre.
Harlan would be nice. Mark
How
going Harlan.
I'm trying to see.
Jamar Johnson, safety.
I don't know if I'd take him at 84, but I like him.
I think in with the PFN ratings here, I know I can get Jamar Johnson. in the 4th round.
It's right there.
What? We probably can get him after this. Maybe not.
I don't know.
No, Michael Carter. Go Mike Carter.
All right.
I'm pulling the Howie. But that wasn't on the board, guys.
Am I crazy, or was Nico Collins still on the board?
No, he was. I said that. Yeah, he just went to the Rams. Dwayne Eskridge, Ben Cleveland.
T-Ville's cool with RB. Watch, you can still probably get Jamar Johnson next.
There he goes.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Marlon on the board. There he goes.
We're in the 4th round right now.
Are we in the 4th? Yeah, we're in the 4th.
Look at Pete. Pete, he's pulling a Howie right now. He says, "Look for edge."
I feel like you need to go edge linebacker or safety.
Or
Kyle Trask.
damn, Kendrick Green. I totally forgot about Kendrick.
Oh
Green.
yeah.
Trey Sermon fell this far.
Yeah.
Forgive us. We can't control the. We have a young buck on the. It's your job to set the board, Kevin.
So what do we have right now?
Amir.
We have cornerback, wide receiver, and running back.
Trench warfare, safety.
What linebackers were there?
Michael says this is my dream mock so far. Now load up on O-line. Bobby Brown, not Whitney Houston's husband. The other Bobby Brown. Kyle Trask for the QB factory. Pete Nathan says.
What
Kyle
linemen are
Trask.
there?
Offensive or defensive?
Offensive.
Not looking too hot, honestly.
I bet you is Kendrick Green.
Is Aaron Banks still there? Check for guard.
I go guard, dude.
Guard. Ooh. And I'm trying to think.
Center. Check center.
Aaron Banks is a steal there, man.
Go to OG again. Go OG. David Moore.
Dude, I don't know. I think Banks is the guy there.
What about center? Check center.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you don't know who Aaron Banks is, literally just look up his name on Twitter and you'll see like
we can
a
go
play.
Banks. We can go Banks.
Oh, I'm mostly talking to people in the chat that aren't like he's just a monster for Notre Dame.
2, 1. Got him.
we went Banks.
Aaron Banks.
Down. T-Bill was in on it. I like David Moore too. Drake Jackson's still around.
Yeah, I saw that.
Banks is a steal. I mean, I think him behind
DJ Daniel.
Brandon Brooks. Brandon Brooks is awesome.
We already got 2 corners, though. Drake Jackson sitting there. 5th round.
I like Drake Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
What linebackers are there?
What
Yeah, that's literally what I was going to say. Linebacker, safety, or its best player available.
Linebacker.
DJ Daniels on the
Snowden
board.
there.
DJ Daniels on the board there.
Linebacker. What else did you say, Chris? Safety or best on the board?
Is that DeMar?
Yeah.
DeMar's intriguing.
Cam Sample. What's that edge? Cam Sample's on the board. Mr. Tulane. Justin Hilliard. Is Monty Rice on the board?
No, I think he won.
Yeah, I think he already went.
This stinks because I really like the mock, but double dipping somewhere, it kind of shows you how you kind of miss out on the linebacker group. But at the same time, we're definitely getting the right people. Value wise too.
Todd says we did exactly what the Eagles
Yeah,
did. Don't dress linebacker.
That's what I was thinking of. I
Hey,
mean,
the board was sexy. The board, right? Show them what we got right now. J.C. Horn, Terrace Marshall Jr., Tyson Campbell, Michael Carter, Aaron Banks. We should have drafted Aaron Carter. That guy's got when he's on his meds, he's a potential guy that. We got Aaron Banks, OG, original gangster from Notre Dame. I think Drake Jackson here, Trench Warfare.
I like some Drake Jackson.
Or TiVo's about to explode in caps over here. What edge?
Camp Sample. Anybody?
Can we talk to that?
That
Chris, can we be talked into that?
which one? Drake Jackson or Sample?
Sample.
It's pretty bleak at edge and linebacker right now. But what do we get? What are we in the 4th round?
fifth.
Fifth. Okay.
People are pushing for Drake Jackson. I mean, Pete Surtain's agent is pushing for Drake Jackson.
So time's gonna run out.
Are you
We
serious?
just took Aaron Banks,
Yeah,
didn't we?
I'm not-
I mean,
I'm talking hypothetically.
sample.
Sample.
What do you think, Gail? Cool.
I don't know. Is Darius Stills is there?
Darius Stills.
Yeah, DT.
He is still there.
All right, we can wait.
So that leaves us Cam Sample.
Do you guys like Tony or Sample more?
I'd go Sample.
I'd probably take
Yeah,
sample.
yeah,
Sure.
but you could talk me into Drake Jackson here, man. You could, but then you're gonna like, what are we going next? You could talk me. You could talk me into Anthony Schwartz too, here, with speed.
Did we look at what safeties are left?
Think so.
Jamar. Wait, is Hamza there? I cannot read that name.
Yes, Hamlin.
Jamar Hamlin.
Go down a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
McQuamu's still on the board. They have him at safety.
All right, we don't need. I guess we don't need to hit safety right away. I feel like we should just go edge because linebacker is pretty.
Let's go Sample.
Yeah.
Damn, that was hard. That was difficult. Drake Jackson off the board. You bastards. We could have went. We could triple dip at cornerback. We'll bet you set for the next 20 years.
Looks like DJ won. Good for him.
DJ Daniel won it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Go to all. Darius Stills is on the board. I mean, Darius Stills. Trey McKitty in the house. I like what's available. Chris is chiming in. He said tight end. There's some right there. I mean, there's some talent right there. Trevor Grimes. You got Patterson.
Before we go crazy, what linebackers are there?
We already went running back.
No, linebackers. Sorry.
Derek Barnes.
Warren G's kid is at Warren Jackson.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. That receiver earlier.
I was sitting there like, yo, I said, what rapper is Warren Jackson? And then it's Warren G.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that prior to. Good Lord. We got Trey McKitty love right now.
Big fan of Trey McKitty.
Should I pull the trigger?
It looks like everyone's saying Trey McKitty. I mean, I think he's a steal here.
All right, I'll take him.
Need to tight end.
Darius Stills. Okay, got a DT. Oh, don't we have another pick coming up?
Got a few more.
Yep.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
There goes Darius
As
Stills.
drafted in the 5th round out of Kentucky. I am for real. Shamar Jean.
Yep.
Charles from Apps.
Oh, there. Never mind. He's gone.
Oh, man.
Cornell Powell just went to Marion Terry. Just went.
Did Kylan Hill go yet?
You guys like Kylan Hill? Wild and Kylan?
He's all right.
Yo, people they just love talking about Chris Evans.
What linebackers are there?
Isaiah. Sitting there.
Who's the offensive tackle? You have OT.
Alaric Jackson.
Larnell Coleman, a guy who the Eagles have had a visit with.
What safeties fell?
Derek Forrest.
Michael Carter II. You have 2 Michael Carters in one draft.
What do you guys feel about Larnell from Mass?
I mean, at this point in the draft,
Developmental tackle. You know, Stowlin's got to get a developmental tackle.
yep.
Good to see it.
You think you want to check out the tackles?
Larrick Jackson, Josh Ball. Is that? We could probably wait on Larnell. We come back on Larnell.
So we have
Darius Cutchison, another guy.
what wide receivers fell? I know we just got McKitty.
Dax.
Is Paris Ford still here? He's
Paris
gone.
Ford's still there. Nah,
He
Paris
is?
Ford's still there. That's
Huh?
who I was staring at. Yeah, when we said safety, that's literally who I was staring at.
Let's go,
Hey.
Paris Ford.
Yeah, he's like 3 or 4 down. Yeah. There he is.
Derek Forrest is still there too.
Yep.
I think from a talk the prospect standpoint, we should stick by one of our guys.
All right.
Then we're like, take the emotion out of it, asshole.
And McQuamu went a few picks ahead of us.
Paris is slow, but he can ball.
So we going Paris or Derek?
Paris, I think. Or what do you think?
I'll take Paris.
I say for a talk to prospect.
Letting your emotions get involved.
Brendan can play multiple. So can Sedarius. I like Sedarius too, but let's go Paris. I mean, we're later here, right? We're later.
Yeah. I mean, we still have the next pick, so
Ooh.
we're on the board again.
So we have
Go to all.
corner, wide
Go to all.
receiver.
Go to all.
I did.
It's on defense.
Nope, it's on all.
Don't
Phillies won. Shout out to Mark. How about Forrest? Is he still there? Double up the safeties.
I mean,
man.
he should be. We were the next pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get 2 safeties back to back?
Greetings and salutations, John. Has said Forrest. I mean, at this part, we're in 6th round right now.
Yeah. Or we might even be in the
Did we
7th at
ever
this
draft?
point.
I think we pulled the Eagles
Right,
and we
6th
didn't draft the linebacker.
Wow.
Oh God.
That's
Yeah,
what
right after
happens,
this
man. Because we don't really have the luxury of double dipping in positions like that early, and we did it with corner.
What about KJ Britt or Isaiah McDuffie?
Isaiah McDuffie's intriguing.
Isaiah McDuffie.
I like that better than doubling up on safeties.
Well, then we were talking about special teams demons here. We could
Yes.
add to the group.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that it's like it's a give and
I'd,
take.
I'd go Sedarius. I'd go Sedarius if he's there. OG.
So what are we going here? I feel like I had my brain's starting to melt here.
Yeah, that's I could tell. Offense.
Offense.
OG.
Oh, you saying you want Sedarius? Or like, are we going after one of the safeties?
Chris.
We just took a safety.
Add another to the trenches.
All right, I'll go Sedarius.
What wide receivers are left when it comes up? That's what we should look at.
Man. Austin Watkins Jr., dude.
Looking at wide receivers, got Marlon Williams, Jacob Harris, Jalen Camp.
Trying to think what.
Quarterback factory.
Your boy. We didn't even draft a quarterback.
Nope.
We could wait for the 7th round. Oh shit! Punter time. Punter time. Michael says Ian Book. I think Michael's a closet Notre Dame fan. KJ Costello. We could wait one more round. How many more picks we got?
Probably like 2, right?
2.
Like 1, 2.
We have 2 picks, 234 and 240.
Yeah.
I got to roll, gentlemen. I will be seeing you tomorrow, though.
Take it
What
easy,
kind
man.
of GM? What
Later,
kind of
Jimmy.
GM rolls out
See you guys
during the
tomorrow.
draft?
Dude, well, when your woman has messaged you for the last half hour, you eventually just got to be like, oh, shit. So I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.
See
All
you
right.
Later,
tomorrow.
Jimmy.
Take it easy, bro.
Go Birds.
Jimmy's getting sex right now. Jimmy was Jimmy. Who want to sex Matumbo? Jimmy was very.
And look at us, three guys in a fucking room talking about 7th round prospects. So who's the real winner here?
Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll all get fucked this weekend by Howie. So.
Exactly.
He said.
Isaiah McDuffie.
Who's that quarterback?
Shane. I knew someone that had a name spelled like that and it was pronounced Beakley, so that's how I'm going to pronounce it.
So got 2 more picks. T-Ville said it's Parsons time for Jimmy.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
That's pretty funny.
We're gonna get canceled before tomorrow.
Todd's like, Jimmy about to get cursed out. If Jimmy's watching this stream during sexy time round,
we have Horn, we have Marshall, and
Go to-
then
go to-
I think
go to
we took
all.
then we took Michael Carter.
it's
Then
not
we
a bad.
got
It's not
Aaron
a bad
Banks,
draft.
Cam Sample, Trey McKitty, Paris Ford, Sedarius Hutcherson.
It's not a bad draft, guys.
We're almost done it.
Go to all, dude.
Okay.
For the sake of Jimmy, just pick 2 people. I mean, Ev literally is like fading away on the screen.
Go go a little bit down further.
Okay.
Go McDuffie. We'll get the linebacker off the board.
Yeah.
All right.
Chris looks stressed out.
Isaiah
wanna-
McDuffie. Denver's got 3 straight picks in the 7th. Damn.
John
And-
Elway
that,
take
that was
3
a trade
quarterbacks.
they made.
Go quarterback here, bro. Go quarterback.
All right. Ian Book.
Why good quarterback? What did a wide receiver fall?
Are we going to get a priority free agent quarterback? Go Sam Ellinger.
Sam Ellinger.
Can I talk you into that, or do you want to go Ian Book?
I could be talked into Ellinger.
I can. I would take Ellinger over him. I mean,
It's a 7th round quarterback.
I don't know, man.
Who do you want? No one.
Gotta look good behind Flacco. I'd take Ellinger. Ellinger's fine.
Or they have been sniffing around Costello.
Nope. Clip it, ship it, let him go
Chris
to sleep.
Chris says KJ. Or Ian Book.
I'll flip a coin.
Is that how we're doing it? Go Ellinger.
How we're gonna leave it? What? Ellinger?
Hey, why don't we go punter? Punter or people too? You want to stick to your brand?
Fuck yeah.
Is
Now
Max
we're
on the
talking.
board? Is Max Duffy's on the board?
Max Duffy's right
Literally
there.
just look for the best name.
Max Duffy. Do it for the people. Do it for the punter. Punters are people too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Rock on. I hate that pick, but punters are people too,
We should have got a quarterback.
for sure. Mustafa.
The draft actually wasn't that bad.
Nah, I thought it turned out pretty good. If we walked away with this, if we're looking at this on Sunday, after all said and done, I'm pretty happy. J.C. Horn, Terrence Marshall, Tyson Campbell, Michael Carter, Aaron Banks, Cam Sample, Trey McKitty, Sedarius Hutcherson, Isaiah McDuffie, and Max Duffy. Got a couple Duffies to round it out.
And then we can also
Dude, if anything, I wouldn't have taken Campbell. I wasn't really about it when we did it. I probably would have taken a linebacker.
you went to the bathroom because real G's don't go to the bathroom during. You see me getting up?
Yeah, I
haven't got up yet.
I just don't. I don't know, dude. There's something about Campbell still bothers me.
All right. 2 hours and 16 minutes in.
Hey, see, this was also practice for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Look at Pete throwing darts. Save this draft and compare it to the real one on Sunday. Trust me, this will be better. All right. Trust for us. Okay.
Full results? Oh, no.
Big Fish Little says I would bet $1 million Howie isn't paying this many playing this. Nah, I think we're gonna have end up with 8 picks. That's what I've been saying for a while.
I don't think we have enough money right now. Like, we don't have enough cap space to pay for the draft after we signed a couple people. That's how broke we are. But I think that Ertz is going to clear money as soon as he's gone.
Hey, but you know what? We all got our stimmies. I think as fans, we can pitch in, make the world a better place.
I'm not giving that team anything.
Gail, you've known me for years. Am I pitching into a fucking GoFundMe to a billionaire?
No. It's like we'll never overpay.
They owe us for all the emotional damage they've caused over the years.
Emotional distress.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should rest up. Tomorrow is going to be a long one.
Yes, sir.
Mark is fired up. I think Michael says this is a great mock. Watch how we take 3 edges tomorrow.
Yeah, I could say it.
Tiva says Gail got a cup under her seat. That's why, Mally. No. Real OGs, man. We hold it in. Yeah. Hold it in. You young bucks.
Getting up.
Young bucks. I mean, real OGs just pissed their pants. Not
If pee in your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
No, you got the Mike Golick adult diapers. Gail's hooked up. That's gonna be we don't get Manscaped ads. We got adult diaper ads.
I pee in a cup, fool. All right, man. No, it was this experience, although long, was fun.
Yes.
That's why we do it here.
Yes, sir.
So we will see you guys tomorrow. You guys want to roll at what, 6:30?
Whenever, bro. I'm off. I'm ready to rock and roll. Gonna get a coffee. Gonna maybe have a little pee bottle set up next door.
Hey, there's no leaving. Yeah, man. See us tomorrow, 6:30. I could do 6.
I can do either.
6 o'clock.
So let's throw it out to the chat. You want us to hop on?
6 o'clock. Okay, 6 o'clock works. Yeah, they said, yeah, we are tired, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a long one.
Came from work.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock. It is, my guys. As always, fly, and we'll see you guys next one.
Go Birds!